Regional Maritime Rescue Coordination Center, the RMRCC, is the sole responsible for all distress that comes within our Nigerian and Western Central African waters. So this place is one of the 5 centers allocated to Africa, search and rescue. The other 4 centers, we have the Morocco, we have Kenya, South Africa, Liberia, and Nigeria. These are the 5 regional maritime rescue coordination centers. In this, our center, we have 9 countries. The 9 countries, we have Togo, Benin Republic, Cameroon, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, Congo Brazzaville, and Congo Kinshasa, including the Sao Tome and Principe. We have joint SOP, Standard Operation Procedure, with those countries too. Search and rescue is very important because this, the waters, the whole world waters is divided into 4 sea areas. The sea area A1, A2, A3, and A4. Those equipments now our people are manning here, they were covering various sea areas A1 to 4. This primary, we have the primary alerting equipment, we have the secondary alerting equipment. So the sea area A1 is the sea area that is within sight, not more than 50 nautical miles. This is the sea area A1. A2 starts and is covered by VHF, DSC. It's covered by VHF, DSC. The sea area A2 is covered by MFHF. This starts from 50 to 150 nautical miles. Our sea state is always okay. That's why, but we do transmit maritime safety information through our navigational telex. And Nigeria is one of the only countries that was allocated with the NAVTEX. The NAVTEX signal is located in our signal station at Takwa Bay. We always receive weather forecast from the NIMET. And we compared our own with directwindy.com. We use it to forecast the weather. There is one piracy, attempted piracy on one of the vessels, I can't remember the name, which the MRCC was contacted. MRCC and United States Coast Guard, we passed the information to C4I2, but MRCC with United States Coast Guard, we contacted, the incident happened in Togo, Lome. So we contacted MRCC Togo, which they contacted their Navy, which responded. While we are coordinating here with them, they responded to the incident and rescue operation took place. The vessel was rescued. This small screen that you see here is the one that is projected there. This sea vision, we use it to track vessels of interest. Our responsibility here is safety of the vessels. If there is any distress, our own responsibility is to locate where the distressed vessel is. Once we locate it, it's easier for us to relay the distress to the ship within the vicinities or to mobilize our people here to send them to go and do the rescue operations. Sometimes we use these deep blue assets to go to the rescue operations, but we coordinate every move of all operations. We appoint on-scene coordinator here. It's only MRCC that can appoint on-scene coordinator. You know, anytime we receive distress message, we use the charts to locate the coordinates. We receive it with coordinates. We plot the coordinates on this chart to know exactly the location of the distress. She is designated here to look after the Imasatsi. It's a satellite base. Anything outside the MFHF coverage goes to Imasatsi. This Imasatsi, we use it to receive also distress message. But most times, we use this Imasatsi also to transmit maritime safety information, weather forecast, and stuff on the EGC, Group Enhanced Calling. Once we go to the EGC, we send the information to all ships within our waters. Our NAVTEX, Navigational Telex, which is based in our signal station in Takwa Bay, is responsible also in transmission maritime safety information, which involves the weather forecast. So this is the interconnection with all RMRCCs, regions of all over the world. This is Nigerian Navy personnel. We do have Navy as part of our MGC MOU. Navy communicators were also brought to join us here. He is mounting the emails, NIMASA emails and the phone numbers. Our emails for distress messages, phones for distress messages also. Every day we receive at least minimum of 6 every day. As you can see, the VHF here, VHF 1, channel 70. This VHF channel 70 will receive distress alerts. Alerts, as it comes as text message. If you did not acknowledge the text message, it will not go. And it will record it if you did not acknowledge it. The duty officer here is responsible for not acknowledging. And the captain will know that he has pressed distress alert and nobody responded in the MRCC. And the log will be there. The VHF, then it will go to channel 16. Channel 16 is voice communication. Immediately you acknowledge channel 70, it goes to 16 for radio communication. This communication, you know, you have to receive all the information, vital information. We have also mobile VHF radios, as you can see them here. The duty officer can move around with the radio. And also, there are channels that we monitor. You know, Nigeria is signatory to SOLAS Convention 74 and Search and Rescue Convention 79. Both conventions give this MRCC power to do the operation coordination of all search and rescue operations within Nigerian waters in extension to West and Central African waters.
Introducing the new face of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA. We are charting the direction for our maritime and regulating the industry for a better, bigger, and more economically stable Nigeria. Evolved to serve you better. We are NIMASA. New face, rejuvenated service. NIMASA. Changing the tides in your favor.
The Panama Canal is an artificial 82-kilometer waterway in Panama that connects the Caribbean Sea with the Pacific Ocean. It cuts across the narrowest point of the Isthmus of Panama and its conduit for maritime trade between the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. The canal serves as a shortcut, greatly reducing the time for ships to travel between the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean, enabling them to avoid the lengthy hazardous route around the southmost tip of South America via the Drizzt Passage, the Strait of Magellan, or the Beagle Channel. Its construction was one of the largest and most difficult engineering projects ever undertaken. Interestingly, in the 1880s, Frenchman Ferdinand de Lesseps, having finished the construction of the Suez Canal, set out to build the Panama Canal from 1881 to 1890, before the project stalled due to bankruptcy. It was under American President Theodore Roosevelt that the project was continued, signaling U.S. involvement in the strategic passage. The U.S. took over the project in 1904 and opened the canal in 1914, retaining control of the canal and the surrounding Panama Canal zone until the Torrijos-Carter Treaties provided for its handover to Panama in 1977. After a period of joint American-Panamanian control, the Panamanian government took control in 1999. It is now managed and operated by the Panamanian government-owned Panamanian Canal Authority.
Introducing the new face of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA. We are charting the direction for our maritime and regulating the industry for a better, bigger, and more economically stable Nigeria. Evolved to serve you better. We are NIMASA. New face, rejuvenated service. NIMASA. Changing the tides in your favor.
The Women's International Shipping and Trading Association Nigeria, WISTA, recently convened its 2026 annual general meeting on April 30th in Lagos, bringing together members and key stakeholders from the maritime and logistics sectors to review progress, strengthen governance, and chart a course for the future. A major highlight of the AGM was the re-election of Dr. Odunayo Ani, who also serves as Director of Finance at the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, alongside a newly constituted executive committee. The outcome reflects strong member confidence in the leadership team following a widely acknowledged impactful first tenure, marked by institutional growth, enhanced partnership, and increased global visibility. Delivering her address, Dr. Ani presented a comprehensive overview of presidential activities over the past term. She highlighted key achievements, including strengthened collaboration with Vista International, expanded participation of Nigerian members in global committees, sustained advocacy for women in coastal communities, and the successful commemoration of the association's 30th anniversary. The 2026 AGM reaffirmed Vista Nigeria's position as a leading voice for women in maritime, anchored on strong leadership, accountability, and a clear strategic vision for the future.
My first time as Vista Nigeria president was marked with a lot of activities, achievements, and a lot of capacity building for our members. In the first 2 years that I was president with my team, our focus was mainly on, number one, global feasibility for us, because we needed to get back into the international arena and make sure, because Vista, as you know, is in over 60 countries and it's an international organization. So we wanted our members to participate at that level, and that we were able to achieve. One of the things we did was we were able to get our senior advocates of Nigeria, Jean Chiazo, to be a member of the most powerful committee in Vista International, which is the nomination committee. She was elected during the AGM, which held last year, 2025, in Barcelona. We also were able to get our members into all the committees, which was not the case before as ESCO, led by me, came on board. Of course, we had 1 or 2 people serving in some committees at that time. But Vista International has several committees, many of them. So during the period that I was president with my ESCO, we were able to push for our members to serve at the very top, either as secretary or as chairman or as vice chairman of those committees. And so there's no committee of Vista International now that does not have a Nigerian serving, including myself. So we were able to do that. We also realized that we needed to train our people. There was a lot that was going on. People are talking about decarbonization, ESG, marine and blue economy. The policy was launched. So we did a lot of training, and at the same time we had our people participating in all the events that were organized by the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, especially all the stakeholders' events where the policy was explained and disseminated. Of course, we were able to contribute our quota. Our people spoke, and of course, we had NIMAREX as well. We were part of the organizers, and every industry event that held between 2024 April 2024 to April 2026, Western Nigeria was fully represented at all the events. And like I said, we had a lot of capacity building for our people. We had webinars, we attended trainings organized by us. The next 2 years is going to be years of consolidation. We're going to consolidate on what we started, just like for every organization, whether private or public or even NGO like our own. We say government is a continuum, it's an ongoing thing, in accounting we call it going concern. So Vista is a going concern, if you want to put it in inverted commas, which means whatever we are doing, even when we leave, some others will come and take it and they will continue with it. So whatever it is that we started, we will keep building on it, but we will do a lot more. One of the things we are doing in this new dispensation is we are hosting the 8th African Regional Conference. And that will involve people coming, participants, speakers, panelists, and of course, some of them are our collaborators. They are collaborating with us. They'll be coming from all over Africa. And of course, we have our people coming from international as well. So that we hold at a hotel in June 25th to 26th. We are going to be at a hotel. And it's a big thing for us because it's not easy bringing the whole of Africa to Nigeria. And we're looking forward to support from all our partners as well. We're also looking forward to having our people attend. We're going to be talking about everything that needs to be talked about, from blue economy to ESG to decarbonization to environment to everything we're going to be talking about. We're even going to talk about the new tax reform, how it affects businesses within Nigeria. And we're going to be talking about cross-border taxation and transfer pricing as well. The idea is to, be holistic and be able to touch every part of our members, because WISTA is not just for people doing maritime. It's Women International Shipping and Trading Association. So there's the trading aspect of it and there's the logistics aspect of it. Some of our members, they own ships, they own trading companies, they own logistics company, and so they need to know how to manage all this. Nigeria has a lot of treaties with other countries, so we're going to be talking about that when we go to the trade sessions. So there will be some breakout sessions where people will go to the stream that has to do with them.
Introducing the new face of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA. We are charting the direction for a maritime and regulating the industry for a better, bigger, and more economically stable Nigeria. Evolved to serve you better. We are NIMASA. New face, rejuvenated service. NIMASA, changing the tides in your favor.
That's all we have for you on today's episode of NIMASA This Week. Thanks for watching. Follow us on all our social media platforms for more updates, and feel free to send in your questions. We promise to attend to them. Until we come your way again next week on the same platform and the same time. Safe shipping, clean seas, and a prosperous nation. That is our goal. I remain your anchor on the show, Moyoluwa Olutayo. Bye for now.
In a land of peace and harmony, we cherish our freedom and unity. But around the world, we've seen how protests can spiral into chaos. What starts as a peaceful protest can sometimes end in anarchy, tearing communities apart.
My advice to these young people is please do not take us back those harrowing days.
So those who experienced it will run away from it.
Let's learn from these experiences. Let's value dialogue over destruction. Together, we can build a brighter future. Let's choose unity. Let's choose peace. Join us in the Peaceful Future Initiative, because together we can make a difference.
Well, hello. It is great to be back with you again on Lens on Africa.
Let's zoom our lens on its political history at this moment. Algeria did not have a centralized political structure prior to its colonization by France.
It is now time for our weekly roundoff of African history. Welcome to the interview segment on Lens on Africa.
Examines its relevance, the pathways to achieving it.
To sustain productivity, there must be continuity.
Where the winds whisper secret, to the sands lies the forgotten kingdom of Damat.
It is on this note that we conclude Lens on Africa today.
Thank you for spending your time with us.
The federal government of Nigeria warns vandals of national assets, electricity transmission towers, cables and other facilities to desist from this act of sabotage. Vandalism is a serious crime punishable under the law. Vandalizing electrical equipment will affect millions of Nigerians, including your loved ones. Remember that national assets belong to all of us, hence the need to protect them. Report all cases of suspicious movement around electrical facilities to security agencies. When you see something, say something. This message is from the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation in collaboration with the National Counter-Terrorism Center, NCTC, Office of the National Security Advisor.
This is the network service of the NTA.
Kano, are you ready?
The biggest gathering of advertising and marketing professionals in northern Nigeria is here.
The Advertising and Marketing Communications Summit 2026. The summit will now hold from 19th to 21st May 2026, Bristol Palace Hotel, Kano. Powerful conversations, inspiring ideas,
and game-changing opportunities.
Supported by the Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria,
the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA,
and the Kano State Government.
Working together to shape the future of communication in our region.
Advertising, media, branding, business.
This is where you need to be. Don't miss out. Be there. Register now. Limited slots available.
Call
Advertising and Marketing Communication Summit 2026.
Shaping the future of communication.
Give more strength to your hair with Mega Growth Leave-In Strengthener. It's infused with nourishing oils and conditioning proteins so you can say goodbye to hair breakage. Wow! Mega Growth Leave-In Strengthener.
Godrich Air Pocket? Wow!
With Power Gel technology, keeps the bathroom fresh for up to 30 days. Godrich Air Pocket. Bye-bye bad smell. Hello sweet fragrance.
Cube or Rapjoy, unleash taste.
Game on! Get a chance to win prizes. The rules are simple. Register or log in to the 1xBet. Confirm your participation, place bets on sport, and receive promotional tickets. Get a free bets and weekly cashback. Take part in the prize drawings. Game on, together in the game. Use promo code to get welcome bonus.
A new edition of TV Guide is out, featuring an interesting personality with vast experience in the digital ecosystem. Professor Ibrahim Adeyanju, Managing Director and Chief Executive, Galaxy Backbone Limited, takes takes us through the gamut of revolutionizing the workspace through digitalization.
Galaxy started in 2006. Started with pure research technology, satellite technology. We've been able to move from 2006 to providing fiber backbone, to having 2 data centers, to improving the bandwidth in terms of internet connectivity that we do to MDS. That is great progress.
Power, privilege and public trust with Comrade Salihu Abdul Hamid Dembos, Director General NTA. Welcome to a world of fun and excitement as we also present an assemblage of professionals in the media space. Some compelling NTA programs, current trends in the fashion world, ICT, sports, entertainment, and lots more. TV Guide, very incisive, very educative, and compelling. Get a copy at the vendor near you or NTA stations nationwide. TV Guide, your indispensable companion.
The Advertising Practitioners Association Kano will confer an award of excellence on the Executive Governor of Kano State, Alhaji Abba Kabir Yusuf, at the closing dinner of the 2026 Summit on Advertising and Marketing Communications. This honor recognizes his visionary leadership in establishing the Kano State Signage and Advertising Agency, the first of its kind in the Northwest, and his Kano First policy initiative. Other awardees include the Director General Archon, Dr. Olaneko Fadalapo, the Director General MTA, Alhaji Salihu Abdulhamid Dembos, former Registrar and Chief Executive Officer Archon, Alhaji Garba Billo Kankaruchi, and the Chairman of Amasco Group, Alhaji Mustafa Ado Muhammad. The summit will now hold from 19th to 21st May 2026, Bristol Palace Hotel, Kano. Thank you for your patience and solidarity.
I do know that I am really getting to like you more and thinking of you more and wanting to be with you more.
Well, maybe you should ask your friends what it means, since you don't know.
Hi.
Told you I was going to get you.
So vengeful.
Got you back. Told you. See, so now it's 1-1, right? Maya 1, Johnson 1, so yeah.
Okay, oh fine. We're even.
Girl, you're amazing. You're beautiful, you're smart. See, Maya, I love the woman you're becoming. Like, come on, girl. Got it going on. Wow. See who looks like a model on the cover of GQ magazine. Come on. So let me see.
You're looking very beautiful too.
Oh, thank you, boo. Thank you. I think he's here. He's the one. Let's go. Let's go. So? No. This way. Thank you. Oh.
Cracking the wall.
No green. Protect every day with Hypo.
Oh, remember how mom used to wake up before everybody to make breakfast, iron our uniform? Let's surprise that woman with something special.
Treasure Mom this 2026 with a trip to Zanzibar in the 3 Crowns Mom of the Year competition. Write a note using each letter in your mom's name and upload with a photo of 5,000 Naira worth of 3 Crowns products on our website or at any of our collection centers. T's and C's apply. 3 Crowns Milk. Healthy moms, happy families.
The Chupa Chups Belt and Bites.
Breaking news. The home is under attack, but not for long, because Hypo is here.
Cracking the wall.
Well, first, I think saying congratulations should be in order.
Thanks, Dad.
Growing up, a lot of times I heard my father say, work harder, be ambitious, and never give up trying. That line from your speech. It really got me messed up in a good way. I didn't know I had tears in my eyes until someone offered me a handkerchief.
I had no idea you were in the hall during my speech.
Oh, yes, I was. And I'm sorry, my dear, for not believing in you enough. And I'm particularly glad that you didn't allow me to stop you from dreaming.
Thank you, Dad. I love you so much.
Oh, my dear. I'm super proud of you. And I think I like the lady you have grown into. And really, where your doggedness, which I misconstrued for stubbornness, has brought you.
Dad, you have no idea how much those words mean to me.
Oh, my dear.
Oh, Dad, this is Johnson. Johnson, this is my dad, Professor Akin Harrison.
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Same here, my dear. How are you?
Very good, sir. Very good.
Well, if I would not be asking for too much, may I ask,
okay,
who is Johnson to my dearie daughter? Are you a husband?
Oh, no, sir. No.
Are you her fiancé?
Well, I did ask her to marry me, sir, but she said not yet. I even asked her to bring me over to see you so I could introduce myself as her fiancé, but she also said not yet to that one. As you can see, she's a very, very stubborn person.
Oh, you're telling me.
I've tried.
Okay, gang up. That's enough. Thank you. I think we should all take this celebration back to the house.
Oh.
Well, I'll be late for my symposium if I wait for 5 minutes. I just thought it wise to be here to witness the award for my dearie star daughter.
Oh, well, sir, it's a pleasure meeting you again.
It
I'm
is
sorry
my
you have
pleasure,
to
my
excuse
dear.
me.
It's
I
all
need
right.
to use the jets.
It's all right. Please do.
I'll see you.
My dear, I know you have everything you need, but if there's any way I can be of help, do let me know.
Well, Dad, I don't have everything I need.
So what do you need?
I need more of your wisdom and guidance.
Oh, no one has that. No one has all of that. Huh? But the little age and time have blessed me with, I will deploy them for your success.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
Oh, my dear.
Thank you.
So, that young man.
Oh, Johnson.
Johnson, yes.
Well, I just started dating him, but I like him.
I see. Well, he looks to me a very good man. I hope he loves you. He likes you too.
So good to see you, Dad.
Yes. I'm happy. I'm glad.
Kosi, wait in the car.
Oh. What in hell is wrong with you? That was rude though. What is rude is you turning my house into a nightclub. In fact, I'm fed up with you, I'm fed up. I'm sick and tired of your bullshit. Get your smoke out of my house. I'm sorry, ma. Like, seriously, what's wrong?
Okay. Easy, Tiger. Easy now. Easy. Calm down.
I'll take my party to the room.
You will surely get there. Cracking the wall. You will surely get there. Cracking the wall. We are living in a wicked world where people don't trust in each other. No reward for hard work. Oh. My brother, don't put your trust on.
Who is that? Who wants to knock down my door?
Cracking the wall.
No greed. Protect every day with Hypo.
Full House Refreshment is goodness to go round in the Peak Yogurt Drink 1 liter Full House pack with more refreshment, which contains fresh cow milk. Enjoy Full House goodness filled with essential vitamin and minerals. Peak, reach for your peak.
TerraQ, now available in crayfish.
TerraQ, unwrap joy, unleash taste.
Breaking news. The home is under attack, but not for long, cause Hypo is here.
Cracking the wall. No, crack in the wall. Life is full of ups and downs, tribulation everywhere, but there is hope for the hopeless. If you can only believe, it might take some time, but you'll surely get there, my brother. You will surely get there, my friend. You will surely get there. Crack in the wall. You will surely get there. Crack in the wall. You will surely get there.
Johnson, please can you come back? There's something going on. I don't know what's going on. Please come back, please. Okay. Thank you.
My brother, don't put your trust on man, but only put your trust on God. Then will your tomorrow be secure. Crack in the wall. Tomorrow be secure. Crack in the wall. Be delayed. Crack in the wall. You will surely get there, my brother. No. Crack in the wall. Crack in the wall. Crack in the wall. Yeah. But only God knows the future of every man. If there is a crack in your life, God will see you through. Every crack, every crack.
No. I'll come for him tomorrow. Please, yes. Okay, thank you.
Maya, it's me, Johnson. Open up. Oh, okay. Hey. What's the problem?
I heard a knock.
Yeah?
And I went outside.
Hi guys, how y'all doing?
Wait, I was saying, I went out and there was a note and it said, we know where you are, we are coming for you. There was a knife with blood.
Are you serious?
I don't know who kept it out. I don't understand what's going on.
Where's he going?
I'm scared and I'm worried.
Okay. Where is the knife? Where is the
I left it outside. I didn't touch it.
Y'all take care of yourself and be safe.
Wow.
I think it was meant for her.
For her?
The knife and note was... Fred didn't tell me this girl was... I was so scared.
Oh, okay.
The knife was this big.
Well, calm down now.
Fred.
Relax. That's all right. Relax. We'll sort this out.
I was so scared.
We'll sort this out. Don't worry. Relax. Now sit down.
But only God knows the future of every man. If there is a crack in your life, God will see you through. Every crack, every crack.
Hello, Ene.
Hello.
Where are you? Are you with Kosi?
Yes, I'm with him here. We just went strolling down the street and we're on our way home already.
Okay, just stay where you are, okay? I'm coming to get you. Just stay there.
Okay, Dad.
What's the problem?
I don't know, but it sounded worried.
Cracking the wall.
Breaking news. The home is under attack, but not for long, because Hypo is here.
Cracking the wall.
No greed. Protect every day with Hypo.
Hypo. Cracking the wall.
What's on your mind?
Kosi.
What about him?
I don't want him to ever feel like we're not his biological parents.
Well, trust me, you're doing a great job at that.
He's a smart kid. He's not just smart, he's bright. You know, he's amazing. He's...
I know, yeah, he is. He sure is. So, let's get back to the cocoa.
Now, what's the cocoa?
You know, Louis.
Good job.
Now, come here.
Hi, darling. How are you?
I'm fine.
I didn't even hear your car coming in, you know.
That was because you were too engrossed with your phone.
You know how I am now when it comes to money matters. Actually, it was some business talk.
Yes, I know. Especially with the way you've been using money from your business to do money doubling, all in the name of investments.
So piece together your time wisely.
We believe say it is possible to live with each other in peace and with our environment.
To begin to destroy the gift of animals, the gift of life when God give us, na bad thing no.
Now this plant where we dey talk and the animals, they keep us alive in one way or the other.
You know, make sense. Make we use our hand, scatter all this fine thing, make it finish.
Let us collaborate hand together to protect our health and our own environment.
When you see people, they just kill animals anyhow, make you go report them to the people when they take care of forest. What would they call forest guide?
Make the animal dey their day. Make we too they campaign.
This is the network service of the NTA.
area of enormous beauty and tourism significance is the Gashaka Gumti National Park. The park is located in the mountainous region of northeastern Nigeria, between the boundaries of Adamawa and Taraba states, and to the north of Mambila Plateau. It was created by federal decree in 1991 as the Gashaka Game Reserve and Gumti Game Reserve got merged. It is ecologically situated in the sub-Sahara Guinea savanna region of Africa, in the subtropical southeast savanna region of Nigeria. Geographically, the park is located between latitude 6 degrees 55 minutes and 8 degrees 13 minutes north, and also longitude 11 degrees to 13 degrees and 12 minutes east of the equator. The park derived its name from Gashaka village in Taraba state and Gumti village in Adamawa state, and has its eco-tourism headquarters located in Sirti in Taraba state. It is worthy of note that right from inception, the park has had the blessings required of its host communities, hence bound to succeed.
The traditional institution played a very important role in the establishment of Gashaka Gumti National Park here in Sirti, Taraba State, and Gumti, Adamawa State. In the area of mobilization, the traditional institution has been part and parcel of it. The traditional institution donated a large parcel of land to support the creation of the national park, and that's why you see Gashaka Gumti National Park is the largest national park in Nigeria.
When the park was created, there are some inhabitants right in the park. So today, such inhabitants have become enclaves, and that goes to show the relationship between nature and man, because we are able to manage the people so that they remain where they are without any injury to the ecosystem.
Gashaka Gumti National Park is divided into the northern sector, which is relatively flat, and the southern sector, which is more mountainous. It is a national park in Nigeria which is unique in its own right.
Gashaka Gumti National Park is actually very unique. Apart from being the largest national park in Nigeria, covering a total area of 6,731 square kilometers, it is the most scenic and biologically diverse conservation area in Nigeria. We have different types of vegetation in the park, from savanna to forest to mountain and to wetlands. And obviously you know that these vegetation types and ecosystems are associated with unique and diverse life forms. The park has a transition where you have different life forms associated with different ecosystem and vegetation. And so in itself, it is very important as a speciation process, because you have different types of taxa, both of animals and plants, within this national park. The altitudes of the park too are unique. You have, altitude ranging from 300 to 600 meters above sea level in the grassland area of Gumti sector, and then from 1,850 meters above sea level to 2,400 meters above sea level, and that is where we have the highest peak in Nigeria, the Chapal Wadi. It is within Gashaka Gumti National Park.
Gashaka is also unique for the discoveries, for the new scientific discoveries, particularly in terms of fish species. Two new species that have not been known to science have been discovered in Gashaka Gumti National Park. So also, butterflies. About 5 new species of butterflies have also been discovered in Gashaka Gumti National Park that are not known to science. Then you also have the red flowering plant, which makes the vegetation of Gashaka unique, because in East Africa, such vegetation type is related to the mountain vegetation.
Once the tourists arrives, Sirti, where the administrative headquarters of the park is located, and is set to visit Gashaka Gumti National Park, the transit camp along Sirti Mambila Plateau Road provides ideal accommodation that allows one to prepare fully for an experience of a lifetime. The entrance of the park through the southern sector is also located a few kilometers from the transit camp. As you move into the national park, you will testify to the uniqueness of this home of biodiversity owing to the abundant features of the park, of the many features of Gashaka Gumti National Park, which add to its beauty. Presence of numerous swiftly flowing rivers within the park, among which is the river Kam, is highly significant.
This is a very important river in Gashaka Gumti National Park. Actually, this is River Taraba, a major tributary of the Benue River. It has its source from the Mambila Plateau, the famous Mambila Plateaus, and then moves around through the park. There are a lot of other tributaries that joins with it, or other rivers that joins with it, and then empties into River Benue. So it is a major watershed. The park is a major watershed for this very important river. In terms of ecotourism, this river is very important in sport fishing, in boating, and other activities. We actually have fishing gears where we encourage tourists to carry out controlled fishing, even within this river and other rivers within the park.
Tourist activities at River Kam is determined by the period of visits to the park. For instance, a visit during the rainy season, apart from allowing the tourists to view the river in its full volume, and of course accompanied by the beauty of the surrounding, crossing the river to access deep inside the park will require the use of canoe, like we did. It is sometimes even uncrossable until the volume of water subsides. Once at the park during the dry season, River Kam reveals its rocky riverbank of enormous beauty while being open for picnicking at its sandy area at the bank of the river. River Kam also houses the hippo pool, where especially during the dry season, the tourists could have a clear view of the hippos therein, which remain calm even when visitors are around, having been used to such visits. Gashaka Gumti National Park is the most scenic and biologically diverse in terms of ecosystems in Nigeria. The park has, at the moment, over 1,000 plant species recorded, including 24 threatened ones. It has more than 100 102 mammalian species, including primates, among which are the putty-nosed monkeys, black and white Columbus monkeys, mono monkeys, olive baboons, which we find habituated during one of our early visits to the park, and chimpanzees, among others. Also part of the over 102 mammalian species found in the park are golden cat squirrels, duikers, waterbucks, bushbucks, cubs, red river hog, and giant forest hog, to which the Gashaka-Gumti National Park is the only known locality where it is found in Nigeria. Also found in the park include porcupines, as well as crocodiles, among many others. Over 477 species of birds have also been recorded at Gashaka-Gumti National Park, thus attracting to the park recognition as an important bird area by BirdLife International and the Royal Society for Protection of Birds. With these and other features of the Gashaka-Gumti National Park, the park has since become a natural laboratory for research, attracting researchers from across the world and providing an avenue for training interns from across institutions of higher learning in Nigeria. The park has a research center situated deep inside it at a place referred to as Kwano.
We have been very instrumental, not only in scientific research, not only in stabilizing the microclimate, in educational development, in psychology, in spiritualism, and of course in recreation, nature recreation, human recreation. As you know, the environment within the park is serene and therapeutic, and so you can come there for retreat, you can come there for recreation. We promote ecotourism because it is one of the objectives of the park to promote ecotourism, to ensure that people, especially the support-zone communities, people around here, use their leisure time wisely and be able to keep fit physically and mentally. And so the park is contributing a lot to the general well-being of the people around here and develop and supporting development at the national level through research and other educational activities.
When I came here, I tried, of course, to enjoy myself. I'm not an altruistic person who says, okay, I'm the good one and so on. I really enjoy having the privilege being able to explore and study such a beautiful place. At the same time, of course, I try to create awareness that we all have to work together to at least preserve some islands, which will serve us well, which will serve the animals well, which will serve nature in totality. And that is, of course, what in the end humanity is all about.
I am here to study the baboons. I'm doing my master's thesis at Roehampton University with Caroline Ross. And I'm here with my colleague and friend Rosie Layfield, and together we're doing projects on the baboons. But so far, it's been very insightful. We've both seen a lot of things, a lot of interactions, and we've both got a lot of good data so far. So hopefully, when we get home, then we'll be able to produce good theses from them.
Volunteer in Gashaka-Gumti National Park for the Gashaka Primate Project. I'm from Canada and I'm coming here to volunteer. So basically what I do is I assist research on baboon and there are some master student who comes here to do their own thesis, and I'm helping them collecting data as well as helping with other projects as for example the transect and plants and entering the data and analyzing the data on research about plants and baboons.
For the National Park Service, protection of the entire park's biodiversity and improvement in general tourist and visitor satisfaction is paramount. Hence, regular collaboration with expert conservators. And the African Nature Investors is one of such organizations currently partnering the service in developing the Gashaka-Gumti National Park.
The African Nature Investors is a not-for-profit that was founded by African experts seeing the need and the gap that exists in conservation in Nigeria and elsewhere in Africa. Our aim in Gashaka and other places we work is to catalyze the participation of African experts to attract African capital and expertise to ensure that our wildlife and wild places are better protected using cutting-edge technology to see that the communities where we work, the states and the nation as a whole, see that conservation makes sense.
This is actually an example of a perfect partnership between the private and government establishments. The coming of ANI, African Nature Investors, to Gashaka-Gumti National Park has brought tremendous progress, tremendous development, not only in the park operations, but also to the support zone communities. And so it is important that this type of relationship or partnership is encouraged, especially in other national parks in Nigeria.
No doubt. Development of technology in protecting the Gashaka-Gumti National Park is a reality. Monitoring of the park is done from a control center.
Any team on patrol, if they encounter a situation of emergency, this alarm, when they push this button for a few seconds, it shows us the signal here that, okay, the team at this location need help or backup. Then immediately a team will be scrambled and that support will be given to that team up there. As you can see, we have the chopper now, so emergencies can be attended to within minutes. And as long as we have a team in the field, we also have a team on the ground as standby. So in the moments of emergency, we have a team that will go there to give the support whenever we need them. So any area of interest, as it is being reported from the field, immediately we can mark and label that, okay, that particular spot. And that area can be revisited, or it's an area that needs urgent attention, or probably a unique finding has been made in that location. So we can find that place, whatever we need, with the exact location.
During our visit, we also witnessed air surveillance of the park with a chopper. With these ongoing, the viewer may wish to know in specific terms what the African Nature Investors intends to achieve at Gashaka-Gumti National Park.
ANI intends to take Gashaka to its past glories level. Our dream is to see that all the wildlife that are extinct in Gashaka bounce back. We are going to work closely with the National Park Service to reintroduce the wildlife that have been lost in Gashaka. But we also want to see that Gashaka becomes safe, it becomes a tourist attraction where investors, where people from Lagos, from Abuja can feel very peaceful to travel to Gashaka and spend a holiday and go back and tell the stories to others and say, Gashaka, it's a beautiful place, I want you to go and see for yourself.
Indeed. We have a confirmation that the collaboration between the National Park Service and the African Nature Investors is already yielding positive results. The improved protection at the Gashaka-Gumti National Park is making it possible for animals hitherto almost getting extinct to begin to return to their base in the park. Cameras so far mounted within the park have captured shots of buffalo, which have become difficult to sight owing to previous intense poaching activities, just as shots of leopard as well as other numerous animal species previously difficult to sight, has been recorded. Clearly, with a new zeal in taking the Gashaka-Gumti National Park to the next level, all parties concerned are feeling the positive impact, park rangers inclusive.
The rangers were trained. This training is very, very excellent. They were trained by the conservation outcomes, and in fact, this training has boosted the morale of the rangers, coupled with the firearm they are using. So it has boosted the morale of the rangers. They don't fear to go out in the bush now. And because of the training and the equipment they have now, we have recorded a huge success. Last year, up to date, we have made some substantial arrests and confiscations of firearms, motorcycles, and vehicles. Therefore, right now you can see some changes in the park because you can see some animals around moving freely, and generally right now I think the park is gradually coming to its normality now.
It is indeed safe to say that this Nigeria's largest national park is already opening up to tourists with the level of developments that are ongoing. Only a visit to Gashaka-Gumti will reveal to you its enormous rich biodiversity and beautiful topography for sightseeing. What would you say about beautiful highlands like the Maidanu Highlands, among many others? The topography of the park shows that the southern sector, in addition to housing the highest peak in Nigeria, houses other fascinating rocks. They include Dutsin Bature, Jaburi Rock, and Dutsin Dodo, which is just a stone throw from the magnificent Jabal Wadi. Surely, the fact remains that Africa is indeed favored by nature, and Gashaka-Gumti National Park is a key treasure to Nigeria. With a combination of abundant flora and fauna and beautiful terrain as represented by varying ecosystems, and numerous tourist attractions, including a number of waterfalls such as the Ngiti Waterfall, as well as renewed vigor to further development, Gashaka-Gumti National Park is set to lead the way in tourism. Visit Gashaka-Gumti National Park today and derive unquantifiable pleasure in this natural paradise.
Its load when a fuel-laden tanker falls after a road accident involving valuable cargo. Let's not see this as time to steal or loot. Stealing or looting in the face of disaster isn't just illegal. It is.
The federal government of Nigeria warns vandals of national assets, electricity transmission towers, cables and other facilities to desist from this act of sabotage. Vandalism is a serious crime punishable under the law. Vandalizing electrical equipment will affect millions of Nigerians, including your loved ones. Remember that national assets belong to all of us, hence the need to protect them. Report all cases of suspicious movement around electrical facilities to security agencies. When you see something, say something. This message is from the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation in collaboration with the National Counter-Terrorism Center, NCTC, Office of the National Security Advisor. The federal government of Nigeria warns vandals of national assets, electricity transmission towers, cables and other facilities to desist from this act of sabotage. Vandalism is a serious crime punishable under the law. Vandalizing electrical equipments will affect millions of Nigerians, including your loved ones. Remember that national assets belong to all of us, hence the need to protect them. Report all cases of suspicious movement around electrical facilities to security agencies. When you see something, say something. This message is from the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation in collaboration with the National Counter-Terrorism Center, NCTC, Office of the National Security Advisor.
Good evening and welcome to Newsline. If I sound like I'm wearing a permanent smile tonight, it's because I truly am. You know, being away has a funny way of reminding you just how the time seems to stretch when you're away from your passion. And while I took some time off, Newsline Airways certainly didn't. The engines kept humming, powered by the steady hands of an indefatigable crew, especially my incredible co-captain, Elizabeth Omoroye, who held the fort so gracefully. Now, tonight, there's quite a journey ahead. A potpourri of stories that matter, conversations that touch lives, and perspectives worth your time. From the growing tension between monthly salaries and monthly rent, to certain truths life keeps displaying openly, yet many struggle to truly see. And somewhere along the line tonight, we would also explore a question that sounds almost impossible, but science says otherwise. Can extreme excitement place the body under dangerous pressure? All right, so welcome aboard Newsline Flight 900 hours, taking off from the network service of the NTA here in Abuja. I am Claire Adilabu Abdul Razak, your captain. Our flight begins in a moment with a news segment, followed by brief commercials before we reach our cruising altitude. We are cleared for takeoff, so settle in, fasten your seatbelts. Newsline starts right now. And here is the news. To guarantee security and forestall vandalism on the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road, the Ministry of Works has handed over 3 additional operational vehicles to the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 2, Lagos, Olondari Jimo, to enhance surveillance on the coastal highway. Joel Bukwola reports that the Federal Controller of Works, Engineer Olufemi Dare, who represented the Minister of Works, David Umahi, assured the police of continued support in protection of public infrastructure.
Vandalism has been a thorny issue that has been affecting the economic gains of public infrastructure, and the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway has also been at the receiving end of the nefarious activities of these vandals. The Federal Ministry of Works is changing this worrisome narrative by intensifying surveillance of the legacy project with the provision of 3 additional Hilux patrol vehicles to Zone 2 Lagos, which comprises Lagos and Ogun State commands, to bring an abrupt end to the economic sabotage.
We've had several discussions. I also brief you on some of the occurrences we're having. We want to believe that this vehicle will be used appropriately to monitor the coastal road and ensure that the activities of funders on the road is brought to a halt.
The Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 2 says the additional vehicles will consolidate successes so far recorded by the police, assuring the public of safety on the coastal highway.
We need to strengthen the security on the coastal road to all the other states adjoining to Lagos. That is why the Honorable Minister has presented to us 3 patrol vehicle that you are seeing behind us to ensure that we are on top of our game. And we want to send a note of warning to people who want to go out of their way to still want to make any incursion of vandalism on this road, to know that we are ready for them.
For motorists plying the road, the charge for them is to take ownership of the project by guarding it jealously and driving responsibly. In Lagos, Joel Bukbola, NTA News.
In Jigawa, the state government says it has embarked on sweeping reforms aimed at improving healthcare delivery and addressing administrative challenges in key health institutions across that state. Now, this was when Governor Umar Namadi undertook inspection visits to General Hospital Kiawa and the Jigawa State College of Health Sciences and Technology, Jahun, as part of efforts to ensure quality service delivery and accountability. Mohammed Musa Askira tells us more.
At the recently renovated General Hospital Kiawa, the governor toured various departments and units of the facility where he expressed a dissatisfaction with some aspects of the renovation work, describing the finishing as substandard. Governor Umar Namadi directed the Commissioner for Health to ensure immediate correction of all identified defects, stressing that government would not tolerate poor execution of projects in the health sector. At the College of Health Sciences and Technology, Jahun, the governor held an extended closed-door meeting with the institution's management over challenges affecting students and effective running of the school despite huge government investment.
We discussed with the management some of the issues that affects the welfare of the student, and we have addressed them amicably with the management, and we have tried to make sure that the management become more serious in dealing with the affairs of the college and the student.
Governor Namadi issued a stern warning to the management over what he described as poor handling of the institution's affairs, insisting that urgent reforms must be introduced to improve standard. The challenges highlighted during the visit include inconsistent water and electricity supply, shortage of hostel accommodations following a recent fire incident at the school, and irregular payments of students' monthly stipends. The governor also gave the contractor handling the construction and renovation of additional hostels a 1-month ultimatum to complete the project or risk revocation of the contract. In Dutse, Muhammad Musa Askira, NTA News.
Let's take you to Kano now, where Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf is commending aspirants for vying for Kano Central Senatorial seat for stepping down for Malam Ibrahim Shekarau as a consensus candidate for All Progressives Congress in the 2027 general elections. At a briefing in Abuja, Governor Abba says the statesmanship exhibited by the aspirant after consultations shows that the Kano First agenda is on course.
I feel happy because Kano is one. Now we are more united. Our concern is to ensure that Kano comes first before any other individuals in the first. And since we rejoined the APC, we have been working towards that.
Our concern is the success of the party. And I think I should be the happiest person if APC emerges victorious throughout the election.
The victory of APC is assured before 12 o'clock by the grace of Almighty Allah. Kano will be in #1 state to bring the highest and massive vote to Bola Ahmed Tinubu and for His Excellency Engineer Abba Kabir Yusuf.
The governor hopes that other senatorial zones in the state will follow suit. An aspiring senator for Niger South Senatorial District, Mohammed Maman Nami, a former chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, has officially flagged off his senatorial aspiration with the inauguration of 88 ward coordinators. Musa Mikhal reports that the official declaration also featured distribution of vehicles to supporters and security agents.
The inauguration of the 88 ward coordinators is expected to strengthen grassroots mobilization for the senatorial ambition of Mohammed Mamman Nemi across the Niger South Senatorial District. Former chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service, Mohammed Mamman Nemi, impressed on the coordinators to serve as a bridge to the people at the grassroots, while assuring his supporters of inclusive representation and people-oriented leadership if given the mandate. The senatorial hopeful noted that his ambition is driven by the need to attract developmental projects, empower youths and women, as well as improve the welfare of constituents across the district. Supporters and stakeholders at the gathering expressed confidence in the aspiration, describing Mohammed Mamman Nemi as an aspirant with the capacity to deliver quality representation for the people of Niger South Senatorial District.
When the call for me to come and serve our people came, we decided to meet as friends and family to consider it. And we saw it as an opportunity to get into politics so that we make a difference.
My advice to the party faithful is that many of them are out. It is late for them to think twice and use their own brain and know the best that they will pick for themselves.
The event also featured cash donations to worship centers, presentation of vehicles to ward coordinators, and donation of petrol vehicle to security personnel. Musa Mikael, NTA News.
Now to other stories. The people of Kogi State expressed support for second term for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, Governor Usman Ahmed Ododo and the Executive Director of the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Muyi Aino, made the declaration at a 1 million man rally held over the weekend in Kogi State in support of the re-election of President Tinubu and Governor Ododo in 2027. Now, they commend President Tinubu for what they described as exemplary leadership and commitment to growth and development, particularly in the healthcare sector. Dr. Aino also appreciated the wife of the president, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, for her continued support for the people of Kogi State.
Our women, our fathers, we want to tell you that you go and tell our father that our father has made all of us to start thinking. President Tinubu, through his health team, led by the very hard-working coordinating minister, Mohammed Ali Pati, is rapidly rebuilding the foundation of healthcare in Nigeria, the primary healthcare system. In the last 2 years alone, over 4,000 primary health centers have been revitalized.
Highlighting the federal government's achievements in the health sector, Dr. Aino assured Nigerians that the federal government, in collaboration with state governments, will continue to ensure access to quality and affordable health care for all citizens. Still on health matters, a 60-year-old man is among 3 persons living with disabilities arrested by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, for drug trafficking during interdiction operations in parts of Anambra and Kwara states. Our correspondent Salwa Khalil Ibrahim reports that as part of its weekly interdiction, the NDLEA also dismantled Skuchi's factory.
Based on credible intelligence, the 60-year-old drug dealer was traced to Akpaka Forest, Onitsha, where he was found with 250 grams of skunk in retail sachets. In another part of Anambra State, NDLEA officers arrested another person with disability with cocktail of illicit substances including 160 grams of tramadol, 225 milligrams, 100 milligrams and 80 pills of diazepam, 38.23 grams of Exol 5 and 176.93 grams of skunk. While in Kwara State, NDLEA operatives on patrol intercepted a commercial vehicle and in the course of a search, one of the passengers, a PWD, was found with 6.3 kilograms of skunk concealed in a brown school bag. Meanwhile, operatives of the NDLEA raided a Lekki, Lagos mansion used as a stash house where 4,000 parcels of loud, a strong strain of imported cannabis weighing 2,326 kilograms with a street value of over 5 billion naira were recovered. In an operation at Ijora Badia in Lagos, NDLEA officers raided a makeshift Skushi production factory where 2 suspects were arrested. They were caught in the act of cooking cannabis and mixing some with other illicit substances. In Abuja, Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
And President Bola Tinubu describes Pa Ruben Fashoranti as a father, elder statesman, administrator, pro-democracy activist, prominent politician, and foremost Afenifere leader as he attains the milestone age of 100 on May 11. In a congratulatory message, President Tinubu says Pa Fashoranti deserves all the encomiums for his uncommon life of service and immense contributions to this country. He notes that Pa Fashoranti has distinguished himself in all respects in his disciplined, Spartan way of life, his belief in principles, and his commitment to noble causes. His life is a metaphor for integrity, honesty, dedicated service to the nation, and true leadership. The President expresses his gratitude to him for his support over the years and continued prayers, particularly in his journey to the presidency. Now, the role of women in the development of any discipline cannot be ignored, and this is evident in the assemblage of members of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria at the 7th edition of the Oluwatumbi Joanna Maduka Annual Lecture. Lynn Leneke reports that Engineer Oluwatumbi Joanna Maduka, the pioneer president of the association, also marked her 85th birthday at that event.
The lecture with the theme, Waste to Wealth Revolution, Women Leading Africa's Sustainable Enterprises, focused on transforming waste into opportunities, and women are at the heart of it, building businesses that turn environmental challenges into economic value.
There are indigenous problems that has natural solutions, and these are part of the things we are doing to see how we combine our resources, our ideas to bring about innovation.
Taking actually an issue that was a problem to become a source of making wealth and job employment.
Adapting existing technology to be able to accommodate some of the waste fibers that we're talking about, specifically agricultural residues.
But the woman of the moment, the wife of the NTA's pioneer Director General, Vincent Maduka, turning 85, is a blessing while embracing the Waste to Wealth initiative.
I thank God for all his mercies all these days over my family and over Akwen especially. Luckily for us, we've not had a lot of calamities.
Nothing is wasted. What you need is skill to benefit from it by turning it into something that is desirable, something that somebody will pay for.
She was actually an art student who then developed a passion for science and tech, and since then has been advocating for women especially.
Pioneering Nigerian electrical engineering and the first female registered engineer in Nigeria, Joanna Maduka is a trailblazer for women in STEM and the first female president of the Nigerian Academy of Engineering. In Lagos, Lynn Leneke, NTA News.
All right, thank you, Lynn Leneke there. And time for sports. And on sports segment tonight, Arsenal extended Premier League title with a hard-fought victory over West Ham at a very tense match in London Stadium. Bade Adeleye is standing by with details of this. Bade, how market? As you say, local parlance.
You know, for Arsenal fans, they will say, verify. They are getting close. Okay, welcome back, Claire. Good to see you. All right, let's begin straight away from the Guards Polo Club in Abuja, where the former Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awal Gambo Zubero, was honored with a polo match in commemoration of his 60th birthday celebration. The event featured a keenly contested match which saw Framazars beat Amtrak 6-3 to emerge champions. The celebrant shared his admiration for polo sport and made tributes from contemporaries, friends and associates.
Enterprise in polo. Polo game, when properly harnessed, can fund itself and can also generate revenue. That was what I was thinking for the Nigerian Navy when I established, the Nigerian Polo Association. It's a good form of tourism. You can invite people from all over the world to come and play.
So I'm using this opportunity to wish him the very best of health, the very best of sound mind, and the very best that life has to offer.
Someone who has distinguished himself serving the nation, very patriotic.
Moving on to football now, and straight to the Nigeria Premier Football League, where Enugu Rangers are one game away from claiming the league title as they beat Bendel Insurance 2-1 in Enugu. Rivals Rivers United fought back twice to secure a 3-2 win over Wiki Tourist as they breathed down on the league leaders in the title race. In Ibadan, Shooting Stars beat Barawa FC to boost their top 4 hopes, while Ikorodu Sete suffered a setback with a 4-1 demolition in the hands of Katsina United in the relegation battle. Reigning champions Remo Stars are off the drop zone after a crucial 2-1 victory over Bayelsa United, while Bayelsa and Wiki Tourist are already relegated with a game to spare. And to the English Premier League, where Arsenal are closing in on their first league title in over 20 years after surviving an incredible late VAR drama as they held on to a 1-0 victory over West Ham United. Leandro Trossard's late winner secured the Gunners the vital 3 points and opened a 5-point lead over Manchester City with 2 games to go. Elsewhere, Elliot Anderson's late leveller against his former club, Newcastle, ensured that Nottingham Forest are guaranteed Premier League survival. In other results, Aston Villa were held to a 2-2 draw by relegated Burnley, while John-Philippe Mateta salvaged a point for Crystal Palace and put a dent on Everton's European hopes with a late strike against the Toffees. And that does it on Sports Tonight. Let's now return to Claire.
Thank you, Badi. You know, the scorelines may seem simple, but the emotions behind them are very rare.
Bedlam these days.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
President Tinubu mourns the passing of renowned medical practitioner and co-founder of Onward Specialist Hospital, Osogbo, Osun State, Dr. Daniel Aremo Laoshibikan. In a condolence message, President Tinubu notes that Dr. Laoshibikan dedicated his life to improving access to quality medical care, mentoring younger medical professionals, and serving humanity with uncommon commitment and purpose. He was a distinguished physician and compassionate humanitarian whose contributions to healthcare delivery in Osun State and beyond left an enduring legacy. President Tinubu extends his heartfelt condolences to his family, the government and people of Osun State. As Dr. Laoshibikan begins his final journey home on June the 3rd, 2026, the President prays that God Almighty repose his soul, grants comfort and strength to all who mourn the loss of this embodiment of compassion, kindness, and integrity. All right, let's check the weather forecast now as we take you to the weather center.
Temperatures remain high across the far northern region, while daytime heat is also building over the central and southern parts of the country. So it's going to feel quite hot in many areas. Remember to stay hydrated and take all the necessary precautions, especially if you will be outdoors. Across the central parts of the country, there's chances for partly cloudy skies through much of the day. And for those waking up in parts of Rivers, Bayelsa and Cross River States, there is also a chance of early morning thunderstorms. So keep that umbrella close. As we move into the evening hours, rain chances begin to increase as moisture pushes further inland. This could trigger isolated thunderstorms across southern Taraba, several cities in the southeast and parts of southwest, including Osun, Ondo, Lagos, and other coastal areas. And that's your weather for Monday. Thank you for watching.
And that's the news segment on Newsline. We'll take some commercial break and I'll see you at the other side.
Heart of Owerri, business never sleeps. From sunrise to sundown, the wheels keep turning. And behind the scenes, vision meets action. Governor Hope Uzodima's leadership has turned manifestos into reality, transformations that feel like a miracle. But progress needs peace, and in Imo, it's not left to chance. From land to sky to river deep, guardians are watching, protecting dreams and opportunity. At Orashi's quiet shore, hydropower is rising, set to energize a growing economy. The change is visible. New roads emerge, industry hums, communities come alive. At the center, a digital revolution. 500,000 young minds trained each year to build the future. As Orashi rises, so does Imo and the hopes of a hard-working people. A new Imo is on the rise.
Oh, you feel that?
Feel what?
The crash zone.
Crash what?
The crash zone. It builds suspense, uncovers evidence, foreshadows danger. Do you feel it now?
Oh yeah.
I guess I'll go and try and find a ladder.
I want to thank our mother, my own mother, for the nation for taking our time to come here today, be part of this history making, and to thank all of you for coming here today.
We like you, we love you, we appreciate your effort.
Oh, remember how mom used to wake up before everybody to make breakfast, iron our uniform, and surprise that woman with something special.
Treasure Mom this 2026 with a trip to Zanzibar in the 3 Crowns Mom of the Year competition. Write a note using each letter in your mom's name and upload with a photo of 5,000 Naira worth of 3 Crowns products on our website or at any of our collection centers. T's and C's apply. 3 Crowns Milk. Healthy moms, happy families.
Tired of the snow? Tired of the bad TV signals? Nigeria has gone digital. Introducing Free TV, the national platform for every Nigerian. Get 100 plus channels immediately. Sports, news, and entertainment in your native language with clear picture quality. Whether you're in the city or the village, our satellite signal reaches every corner of 36 states from day one. No monthly subscription, just a compatible decoder and you are set. It's a national asset built for you. Take the show on the road, download the Free TV app and stream your favorite channels anywhere. Starting this May, scan to download the app or call 0700 388 7277. Free TV, digital TV for free. Brought to you by NBC.
The maiden edition of the International Civil Service Conference demonstrated the value of collaboration between government and the private sector. ICSC 2026, themed Reforms, Resilience, and Results, returns as a premier platform for organizations seeking to engage with government, showcase innovation, and contribute to national development. Partners and sponsors will benefit from premium brand visibility, strategic networking opportunities, and direct engagement with decision makers, while gaining access to over 5,000 physical attendees from across the public sector and development community. ICSC 2026 will hold May 20th to 21st, 2026 at Eagle Square, Abuja. Organizations interested in partnership and sponsorship opportunities are invited to register their interest at icsc.ohcsf.gov.ng. ICSC 2026, where partnerships power reform and innovation drives results.
Darling Natural Twists blend with her hair over time.
Yeah, that's perfect.
She's really more beautiful every week. Darling Natural Twists get better every day, just like you.
Godrich Air Pocket?
Wow!
With Power Gel technology, keeps the bathroom fresh for up to 30 days. Godrej Air Pocket. Bye-bye bad smell. Hello sweet fragrance.
We don't like to eat better. More nutritious meals, more veggies. But we want it tasty and easy too. Knorr Cubes. That's the secret. Made with real ingredients like chicken, parsley, and garlic. And enriched with iron, so your meals are better for you and more delicious too. That's the cocoa. Let's give it some accolades. Change your world by changing what's on your plate.
Give more strength to your hair with Mega Growth Leave-In Strengthener. It's infused with nourishing oils and conditioning proteins, so you can say goodbye to hair breakage. Wow! Mega Growth Leave-In Strengthener.
All right, welcome back to Newsline. So let's settle into the heart of our journey tonight. And I'll start with call it a response that we often hear when we are in a situation. Who wants trouble? The simple answer is nobody. Yet the truth behind that response, it's not always hidden, but often what we ignore. Every day, Nigerians see what is wrong, we hear what is unjust, and we know what should not be. Yet many of us choose silence, not because, we don't know. So we asked a simple but unsettling question to some Nigerians. Why do Nigerians pretend not to see what is right before their eyes? And that's the story. Ibrahim and Amidu went out to find out.
Every day in Nigeria, we see it. Broken pipes, littered streets, power cuts, and corruption headlines. Yet, somehow, we keep walking.
Sometimes we all see the problem, but pretend not to. Maybe that's why the truth keeps standing there, right in front of us, waiting to be seen.
From failed public services to corruption, we joke about daily. Nigerians have mastered the art of looking away. Some call it endurance, others complicity.
Solving it now, it's still going to take education, reorientating people, letting them know that, look, some of the things that they're doing, some of the things that they're trying to do are not things that will take anyone anywhere. Instead, they are killing the society.
If we are able to say, I will not, and the next person says he will not, and the next person, there will be a replicating effect, and before you know it, it's happening already.
For some people, it's hard to care about the streets when your stomach is empty.
There is a fundamental determination for how a human being behaves himself, carries on in society, because it is said that the first law of nature is survival.
For others, it's fatigue. A tiredness that comes from seeing too much and changing too little.
If you want to care, you care. If you don't want to, you just say like it's an everyday thing. So that's my opinion about that.
Some Nigerians refuse to look away. They believe that change begins the moment we stop pretending not to see.
While we were here not too long ago, I saw a guy drink water and he dropped the bottle of water on the floor. I shouted at him, I said, hey, take that bottle of water and trash it properly.
Change doesn't start with power or politics. It starts with sight. Because the real blindness isn't in our eyes, but in our excuses.
Seeing people doing bad things that you can just talk to them to stop. Yes, of course, these are things that a lot of people don't care about it.
Thank you, Ibrahim and Hamidu. Sometimes emotions can, take us to, limits that we can't even imagine, whether it's, who wants trouble or excitement. But there's always a familiar saying that moderation is key. Now, even good things like exercises and enjoyment, when in excess, can become quite overwhelming. But have you ever been so excited that your heart raced, your breath became heavy, or you even nearly fainted. I'm sure many of us, may have experienced that at one point or the other. But sometimes the very things we desire, but least expect, come suddenly in the form of surprise visits, gifts, appointments, joyful news, or even the discovery of a missing loved one. I mean, such moments can trigger overwhelming excitement. But here is the news. Are there health implications associated with such intense emotions? Let's join our correspondent, Jane Francis Obi, to find answers.
That overwhelming feeling of happiness that comes with life-changing moments such as unexpected good news, a long-awaited breakthrough, or a miracle many never saw coming. It often happens when hope had almost faded and the person had resigned to fate. In most cases, such moments become powerful testimonies of survival, success, or answered prayers.
You can't go anywhere. You can't really predict how far your emotions can take you.
Normally, I will be overjoyed because it wasn't expected. And I have so many things to do with money.
So anything good news coming from my family, I'm always overjoyed.
Yet, there are people who believe they can control their emotions, no matter how exciting the news may be.
I don't believe in winning because I've not done anything to win something. I've always been working for whatever I do. I work for it. So I don't know how the winning will come.
I was telling myself, calm down before you go nuts. So I try to calm down and digest it again. And now, okay, let me proceed.
Experts say the real difference lies in how both the receiver and the bearer of the news manage the moment.
Joy can technically kill if appropriate care is not taken. It can cause a syndrome called Takotsubo cardiomyopathy. What does that mean? It can trigger an emotion. It can overwhelm and it can elevate somebody's emotion, to the extent that the person cannot control such emotion.
Usually when the person is happy, overjoyed, there is stimulation of the autonomous nervous system, usually the sympathetic nervous system, which controls the joy, sadness, and all that. So when that person becomes overjoyed, this particular nervous system is now overstimulated, which can pose some physical, medical, or even some social side effects.
They advise regular medical checkups and moderation in emotional reactions, particularly for people above 40. Families and loved ones are also encouraged to break shocking news gently, ensuring joyful moments do not end in tragedy.
Unfortunately for some salary earners, it's the rent alerts, not excitement, that are causing the palpitations. But who is what's hit by high house rent? The issue is not new, but it is one that continues to deepen over time across many urban centers. Finding affordable housing has become a growing challenge, like I said, for salary earners. And as rent prices continue to rise beyond what many can comfortably afford, that excitement that we talked earlier, palpitations, begin to rise. In many cases, retirees who have stepped out of active work but still have to navigate the rising cost of keeping a roof over their heads are also in the middle of it all. Take, for instance, Mrs. Victoria Roberts. What should be a peaceful retirement after years of work for her is now clouded by uncertainty. She now faces the threat of losing her home due to an increasing rent burden that far outweighs her income. Newsline decided to look at her situation and the wider reality confronting workers who are struggling to cope with escalating housing costs, especially in some states in different parts of the country. But here is Fortunate also with the details from Abakaliki, Ebonyi State capital.
Shelter, food and clothing are considered man's most basic needs. Aside providing physical protection, it offers stability and a sense of dignity. Now, for civil servants, salaries have never been large but was once enough to support a modest and comfortable life. Today, that balance is slipping. Beyond the rising cost of living, rent has increased sharply. Each year comes with a fresh hike, often higher than the last. Landlords point to market forces and economic pressures, but for people like Mrs. Victoria Roberts, the burden is becoming unbearable.
Imagine me personally, we were paying 340 in 2-bedroom flats, but you can imagine the increase, up to 500,000 immediately. Imagine that. And the salary still remained the same.
As rent was increased from 400,000 to 800,000, 804,000 to be precise. This house I'm talking to you doesn't even have water.
It's not as if that building is a new building. There is no standard renovation, so to say, that has been touching the building.
Mrs. Roberts' situation is not unique. It reflects the growing anxiety among civil servants whose incomes have not kept pace with housing costs. As a civil servant, especially a journalist facing similar challenges, I set out to find answers and see if anything can ease the strain.
There's a bill currently at the Abuja State House of Assembly that is aimed at regulating the high cost of rent in Abuja State, which have passed for second reading. So I believe that when that bill is passed into law, it will be the best thing that have happened to property regulation or rent regulation in Abuja State.
Is legislation enough? My search led me to a low-cost housing estate.
The federal government and the Ministry of Housing is doing a project. Why do I say federal government and Ministry of Housing? Abuja State provided a land, which Abuja State, through the Ministry of Lands and Housing, both ministries were involved. We provided a land. The federal government is doing 250 housing units. That's the first phase. The second phase of that project is also on its way coming. What we are saying is that our people can subscribe to this federal government program.
While these initiatives offer some hope, the expectation for people like Mrs. Victoria Roberts is simple. A time when rising rents no longer threaten their stability and when their years of service can afford them decent housing. Until then, many continue to manage quietly.
All right, the experience resonates. You know, for some, daily life comes with added layers of challenge shaped by circumstance and perception. We now turn our attention to one of such stories of determination. A 60-year-old Comfort Oji who is living with albinism. She's popularly called Oyibo. You know what? Oyibo has spent 38 years of her life doing what many would ordinarily avoid: hawking water from street to street in Makurdi. And despite the sun and her age, Oyibo pushes her carts daily to fend for herself and, of course, pay her bills. Charles Abba tells her story.
Bendering is an energetic task, mostly associated with men.
True, it is hard. Because to push on, go somewhere, you know if you push.
But as the sun rises each day, so does Oyibo. Daring this male-dominated venture, her real name is Comfort Oji. She is 64. She lives with albinism. For 38 years, she has earned a living selling water at the modern market.
And I've been there sell soup things. The thing they move and again not so much down. Now I can't enter water markets. The water can't they move. And the rest water can't they move. Now I can't like to do that. I call for water tanker. The carry water can't give me. Then water they move.
And then they help us for water. They help us for water here. This one a struggle woman though. My God, the waka gaga. I mean, take five.
You don't push it. They push you water for body market. You don't push this in more than 30 years. Now, people they give me water where they give my children food.
She moved from Afikpo in Ebonyi State with her husband in 1985. He died 10 years later. Since then, she has stayed back with her son.
They come up from school, come marry, come born 2 boys and 1 girl.
Every day, she pushes jerry cans to the market. She has a hearing impairment.
How many tanks you get? How many years riding? How many tanks? How many tanks I get?
She lacks melanin, which makes her skin sensitive to the sun. Still, she shows up and she has steady customers. She gives water and credit to traders. Some pay later. For many in the market, she remains a reliable source of water.
And the woman are very good woman. They can joke, they can laugh.
This woman has been suffering. Look at as he push water, bending. There is nobody to help.
In Wadata, where she lives, neighbors describe her as self-reliant.
Anytime by this age, this woman leave this water and say that he's going to sit down one place, it will be a problem. And you will start feeling somehow, and sickness from one place to another will come.
She works consistently and lives within her means.
Then I see they sell the water up to date. And then from there I get within at the shop. Solve my problems what I need. I need a beg. I know who, I know borrow. God help me, I know lack. God help me where.
People with albinism are often advised to avoid prolonged sun exposure because it affects their skin and eyes. But Comfort Oji, alias Oibo, does not have that option. Each day, she goes out to work, pushing her cart, serving her customers, and meeting each day with quiet determination.
Indeed, Apuruka, but I call her a real nurturer. All right, let's make way for brands to make their case right now.
The Nigerian Youth Wing has been drawn to a planned protest against the chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum and Governor of Imo State, Senator Hope Uzodinma, CON, scheduled to hold in Abuja on Monday, the 11th of May 2026. The protest being sponsored by an APC governor in the Southwest under the banner of a coalition of civil society organizations is being coordinated by former official of the National Association of Nigerian Students. Most of the sponsored protesters are currently lodged in various hotels in Abuja ahead of the planned protest, which is ostensibly being organized to level various spurious allegations against Governor Uzodinma. Ohanesendibo Youth Wing knows that the protest has nothing to do with any disagreement among progressive governors. It is actually targeted at hitting up the polity against the establishment. We therefore urge the Inspector General of Police and other security agencies to be on highest alert lest the so-called protest becomes a smokescreen to breach law and order in Nigeria. We also warn the sponsors and their cronies to desist from this subversive and nefarious activity before they incur our wrath. We are satisfied with the leadership of Governor Hope Uzodinma as chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum and hereby pass a vote of absolute confidence in him.
My baba, they always say, for market, every day get your own wahala. Sometimes people go on scam you. But Baba say, no be by gra, you must cool down, dey sharp. Because with OPay payment, your money go enter sharp, no story. But inside market, anything fit happen. One day, we no see phone again. My Baba remember OPay USSD lock, dial *955*131#. Baba press am, lock account. from market woman to driver, from small boy to big man. Now OPay, they protect people like us. My papa fit sell, press phone, collect POS, and still they teach me price. And when they don't tire, go just tap OPay night guard. We no fear for this our hustle life. Now OPay be the people payment shield.
Oh, you feel that?
Feel what?
The crash zone.
Crash what?
The crash zone. It builds suspense, uncovers evidence, foreshadows danger. You feel it now?
Oh yeah.
I guess I'll go and try and find a ladder.
We don't like to eat better, more nutritious meals, more veggies, but we want it tasty and easy too. Knorr Cubes, that's the secret. Made with real ingredients like chicken, parsley, and garlic. And enriched with iron, so your meals are better for you and more delicious too. That's the cocoa. Let's give it some accolades. Change your world by changing what's on your plate.
Confidence is important in life's little moments. Strong teeth can help, even if they get her into trouble sometimes. A great smile is useful to break the ice, and making friends is easier when you know you have fresh breath. I give my family confidence with Pepsodent Triple Protection 123. Its antibacterial action formula gives them cavity protection, white teeth, and fresh breath.
Get whiter teeth with a new Pepsodent Natural Charcoal Toothpaste.
When malaria knocks you down, you can be sure parasites are having a party in your system.
Welcome to our new kingdom, guys!
Comel, an effective weapon against malaria.
Comel!
Attacking the parasite army directly to give you express relief and get you back on your feet effectively. Comel on. Malaria gone.
You make choices every day. Your essential routine shouldn't be one of them. Start with Nivea Men Deep Body Lotion with Max Tech, powered by Black Carbon, that gives you 48 hours moisture. Then, lock in that powerful dark wood scent with Nivea Men Deep Roll-On with Max Tech that gives you 72 hours sweat and odor protection. Skin is for playing it smart. Nivea is for skin. Nivea Men, proud sponsors of Real Madrid.
My morning ritual starts here, surrounded by Life-Made furniture. From my wardrobe to my bed, Life-Made Furniture's whole house customization designs every piece to perfection. I love that in Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja, Ibadan, and Kano, there's Life-Made Furniture.
For a whole house customization and furniture projects, call 081 2000 6000 or visit elifemade.com. Life-Made.
Super Malt Multivitamin Active Teens. Super Malt Multivitamin Active Teens. Shine on.
Every game needs a leader. When it comes to casino, BetNiger has consistently delivered amazing gaming experiences to all Nigerians.
BetNiger has delivered innovative services, world-class gameplay, and unforgettable wins. Woo-hoo!
Spin big and win bigger the Niger way with BetNiger.
Thank you for staying with us. Now, beyond the classroom walls, assessment remains a vital measure of growth, discipline, integrity, and preparedness for the future. Now, for 25 years, NECO has continued to play a defining role in evaluating learning outcomes and, of course, shaping the academic journey of millions of Nigerian students, while adapting to the evolving demands of modern education. So, the Council gathered key key players in Nigeria's educational sector recently at a gala here in Abuja to celebrate 25 years of excellence and to also recognize individuals and partners that have been part of its evolution. Here is Olayinka Ojo, who captured the highlights of that event for Newsline.
Since its establishment in 1999, the National Examinations Council, NECO, has evolved from a single examination body into a comprehensive national assessment institution, serving millions of candidates in both public and private schools across Nigeria. 25 years on, the Council's journey reflects innovation, resilience, and commitment to strengthening Nigeria's educational assessment system, despite numerous operational and technological challenges. For an institution that has come thus far, taking time to reflect, unwind, and recognize individuals and partners who have walked the journey with it is only fitting.
It is a growing confidence within Nigeria, which translates to the confidence Nigerians outside Nigeria has for NECO. There is need for us to look back and see those that have started this institution. They have given much. They require national recognition. This will serve as an impetus to encourage others who are still serving.
It is therefore a night of celebration, nostalgia, and appreciation. The Gala and Award Night, which also serves as a reunion for old friends, colleagues, and partners, reconnecting and sharing memories of the Council's evolution since 1999. Amidst music, laughter, and dance, the atmosphere reflects the excitement of an institution celebrating doggedness, growth, and excellence. The award ceremony featured 7 categories with more than 50 recipients honored for their outstanding contributions to NECO's credibility, expansion, and commitment to excellence in examination administration. Beyond celebrating achievements, the awards also reinforce the values of integrity, professionalism, and dedication that have remained the hallmark of NECO over the years.
This is the best award I've ever had. This country is recognizing me now. I thank God for it.
Nigerians should do this more so that it can help us in fighting corruption and bad behavior when people are in top positions.
I appreciate NECO for recognizing my father.
Applause filled the hall, while moments of joy and admiration defined the evening. Guests and recipients agreed that the Silver Jubilee is a celebration of an institution and individuals whose efforts have helped shape the future of educational assessments in Nigeria.
Thank you, Olayinka. Now, they say some journeys shape perceptions, but there are those that, of course, change the soul. And one striking feature of the Hajj pilgrimage in the holy city of Medina is the spiritual and historical significance attached to visits to ancient sites where relics and legacies of more than 1,000 years still stand preserved. Now, those historic locations continue to reflect the rich heritage of Islam and their timeless relevance to millions of faithful across the world. From sacred landmarks to places deeply connected to the life and mission of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, the city's unique ambience offers pilgrims a rare opportunity to relive defining moments in Islamic history. Our correspondent, Abubakar Kwanga, who is in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for the 2026 Hajj pilgrimage, will now take us through the historic city of Medina and captures the essence of this spiritual atmosphere.
More than 1,400 years ago, Medina, the adopted city of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, continues to shine as a living reflection of the past, resonating with unique symbols from the early days of Islam during the prophetic sojourn of the Messenger of Allah. A divine migration marked a turning point in the global spread of Islam, the Hijrah, from Mecca to Medina. The historic journey laid the foundation for major events that continue to define today's realities as believers look back with reverence and embrace its timeless lessons. Among the towering relics is Mount Uhud, where more than 70 companions, including Hamza, were martyred after disobeying the Prophet's instruction to remain at their assigned position during the Battle of Uhud. Today, pilgrims visit the site to pay tribute and pray for the martyrs.
We have a scholar attached to the bus that's taking them. So before we get to the place, the scholar in the bus will explain to the pilgrims the importance of the place we are going to visit and what are the reasons why we are going there.
Other remarkable sites include Masjid al-Qiblatain, meaning the mosques of the two Qiblas, where the direction of prayer was changed from Jerusalem to Mecca. The mosque remains well preserved and continues to attract pilgrims from around the world.
I feel so happy, I feel so overwhelmed. These are things we've read in the Quran that our Arabic teachers taught us, but being here myself, witnessing its life, I feel very overwhelmed.
We are already good here. Okay, we are already good here. Kuba and Qiblatain, we are already good here. Even as you are seeing, we are coming from Medina Central Mosque.
Another key landmark is Masjid Quba, the first mosque built in Islam. It is frequently visited by pilgrims, including Nigerians, who come to deepen their historical and spiritual knowledge. The Rauda, a sacred area located between the Prophet's house and his pulpit in Masjid al-Nabawi, is one of the most revered places in Islam. Nearby lies the graves of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and his two companions, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq and Umar ibn al-Khattab. Pilgrims visit to offer salutations to the Prophet, perform 2 unit prayers, and make supplication.
In Quba Mosque, Masjid, when you perform 2 rakahs and Allah accepted it, it's just as if the person that performed an acceptable or accepted Umrah. At the same time, we have Rauda, where Prophet Sallallahu do stay and recite the khutbah for the Ummah. He said between that place and his house is a place in paradise.
Jannatul Baqi, the final resting place of many companions, members of the Prophet's family, and early Islamic leaders who contributed to the spread of Islam, also receives thousands of visitors. Pilgrims gather there to offer prayers for the continued mercy and forgiveness upon those buried within it. These sites may not represent the totality of Medina's historical landmarks, but they remain among the most well-known and frequently visited locations. They continue to offer pilgrims and seekers of knowledge profound insight into Islamic history and spiritual development in today's world.
Thank you, Abubakar Akwanga. So let's bring it home to a monument that is not just a landmark telling a story, but one that speaks of an era where knowledge, faith, and learning placed the city firmly on the map of West African scholarship. Standing prominently above the ancient city of Katsina, the 15-meter Gobara minaret has existed for more than 5 centuries as a symbol of Hausaland's rich intellectual and spiritual heritage. Now, the oldest surviving landmark in Katsina, the mud and timber structure, serves as a place of worship and a renowned center of Islamic learning from a time when the city was celebrated across West Africa for scholarship and theology. Our guide will be Anwar Khaliru, and he reports that the minaret continues to stand as a living monument.
Built in the mid-15th century during the reign of Sarkin Katsina Muhammad Korau, the Gobaro minaret remains the last surviving part of Katsina's first central mosque. Its design reflects the influence of Sheikh Muhammad Abdul Karim Al-Magili, the renowned Maliki scholar from Tlemcen, who arrived in Katsina in 1494. He envisioned a mosque modeled after the great centers of learning in Timbuktu, serving not only as a place of worship but also as a center for Islamic scholarship.
At that time, it is used to sight enemies. It is used as a surveillance tour in order to sight enemies during the communal war.
The minaret also serves as a tour to call a prayer that time, because it's the highest building in Katsina or in the environment at large, because it is 59 foot height.
By the early 16th century, Katsina had emerged as a major hub of trade and learning, with Gobaro at the center of its intellectual and religious life. The tower's square mud brick structure represents the classic style of early Hausa Islamic architecture, simple, durable, and designed to withstand the harsh weather conditions of the Sahel region.
For over 700 years, we have our civilization, we have our architectural designs, the arrangement, even the location.
For nearly 4 centuries, Gobaro served as the city's central mosque, a learning center attracting students, scholars, and merchants from different parts of West Africa. Although Sarkin Katsina Umarin Dallaji constructed a new central mosque in the 1830s and Masallacin Dutse later emerged in the 1920s during the reign of Sarki Muhammadu Duko, Gobaro retained its historical and cultural significance.
We don't have history more than Gobaro in Katsina, honestly. So it is one of our historical sites, and then we used to visit this site, and then we learn a lot about our past.
Between 1981 and 2008, Sarkin Katsina Muhammad Kabir Usman undertook the restoration of the minaret, preserving its original structure while transforming it into a major heritage site. Today, the Gobaro minaret stands as a unique architectural monument, symbolizing the rich heritage of faith, scholarship, and Hausa identity that helped shape northern Nigeria.
Ganin tarihi saboda yadda aka kawata shi tumbuna yadda mai girma gwamna ya gyara wannan wuri yakan gayyato manyan baki da manyan ambasadoji da ke cikin kasashe daban-daban.
In a rapidly developing city, the minaret remains a strong reminder that Katsina's heritage is deeply rooted in learning, culture, and leadership.
All right. Now, in different parts of society, settlements reflect varying ways of living. But there's one particular settlement that reflects a distinct lifestyle, quiet, structured, and deeply rooted in culture and tradition. Now, it's often seen through the lens of cattle rearing and away from noise of the cities and the fast pace of modern life. I'm talking about the Fulani Ruga settlement, away from noise of the cities and the fast pace of modern life. I'm talking about the Fulani Ruga settlements, which remains home to a people deeply rooted in culture, tradition, and survival. But what really goes on inside these communities beyond cattle rearing is what amazes a lot of people. And Ramato Abdullahi takes a closer look now at life in the Ruga, the values, traditions, and perhaps changing realities of Fulani settlers.
The simplicity of the Fulani lifestyle is reflected in their traditional house building system, a culture rooted in mobility, sustainability, and harmony with nature, built with locally sourced materials such as woven mats, reeds, mud, and sometimes nylon during the rainy season. The temporary structures are easy to assemble and dismantle. Their thatched roofs also provide natural cooling in hot weather.
Okay, this area that I'm standing right now is located in Jabi Industrial Area. In this particular area, there are about 12 Ruga settlements. I'm standing in one of them. It is called Ruga Muhammadu Bello.
Amma wannan tunda mutum muna haka iyayenmu ma sun tada shi mu mun zo mun gada. Shi yasa har yanzu gashi ba mu bari ba.
Baba Haruna says the houses are tradition passed down generations, valued for their durability and comfort.
But our own roof typically stays intact.
From Ruga Muhammadu Bello, we moved to another Ruga settlement where residents recently welcomed a newborn baby, Usman. Among the Fulani, childbirth is marked with Islamic and cultural rites, including the adhan, the Islamic call to prayer, softly whispered into the baby's ear. While baby Usman is just beginning life, Alhaji Tukur Muhammad has witnessed more than a century of it. At 101, he is the leader of Ruga Malam Bello.
There were no soldiers when I was born. White men were in charge of affairs when I was growing up.
He attributes his longevity to the active lifestyle of Fulani nomadic pastoralists, having traveled across Nigeria before settling in Abuja nearly 30 years ago.
We moved to this location after the National Judicial Institute finished building on the land we were formerly settling on. We cleared the land here and we were the first to settle.
Aside nomadic education, Fulani children also receive Islamic teachings that shape their values and morals. The settlements, largely occupied by Fulani settlers from Katsina State, are home to farmers and livestock rearers who have lived in the FCT for decades. Despite lacking electricity, potable water and other basic amenities, residents continue to thrive through small-scale businesses.
We do come outside and buy things which are relatively cheaper and readily available.
I prepared to come and eat my local dish with Mama Awa, which is cheap and affordable. She gave a plate at 1,500.
Despite the challenges, Fulani Ruga settlers in Abuja continue to preserve their cultural way of life.
Wow, 101 years old. I wonder what his diet is made of. I'd like to find out myself. Now let's take you to the South. And as you know, every community there has a story that shapes its identity. Now for the people of Udi who settled along the Nun River in Bayelsa State, that story begins with fear and ends in freedom. It is the legend of Ogori, the mysterious buffalo, that held the community hostage for nearly 5 years before it was eventually killed. Now, the ceremony, Ogoriba, is still celebrated to this day. Ebinime Zitimiyola visited the Udi community 69 years after the end of that terror.
It was in the year 1953 that a strange buffalo first appeared near Mission Primary School in Udi. To the people, this was no ordinary animal. The buffalo was supernatural. It was vicious, targeting indigents alone, and no hunter was able to spare or gun it down. For 5 years, the beast stalked farmers on their way to the farmland and women on their way to the river.
The sculpture you see here is in Russia and the buffalo trampling on the farmer. In Russia is among many farmers that were killed in the 50s by the dreaded buffalo.
Fear overtook the community. Farms were abandoned. The forest became silent. Hunger in the land. The economy of Udi was crippled.
We go pack our community people them pack before then go bush, go collect food when they go shop. Now so when then they do. No peace for anybody, no way to enter inside bush to go do food.
So
the community was left in panic and began going about for social problem. People say self-mis power. Why is the reason before that's a good place to vanish? They will not even well enter. It was so much that even the Eastern Nigeria government sent some professional hunters to track it.
Desperation led to the people to seek help beyond the borders. A man named Ageda traveled to Tara in what is now Nigeria Republic to obtain charms strong enough to spellbound the beast.
One Malam, known as Mala de Tara, who said he is capable of bringing the Ogori to town for people to kill. And he gave him a sham. And he came home and met the king at that time and buried the sham at the outskirts of the town in all the compounds at that time. When he did that, within the space of 4 days, the Ogori itself was seen at the back of primary school.
Hunters, led by a man named Akara, raised their guns, and this time, the shot hit the target. The buffalo fell. Odi erupted in jubilation. The sculpture is Kimowe Akara Edike, who encountered the dreaded buffalo and brought its terror to an end, marking the beginning of the liberation of the people of Uti community, which celebrates its liberation every 27th of July, called the Ogori Barbecue. What began as a tale of terror has become a testament of triumph, a story passed from grandparents to grandchildren.
Indeed, Udi Ogoriba Oge. I once witnessed that festival. All right, they say commercial breaks may spark curiosity or tempt your wallet. They are a rhythmic part of Newsline. So let's make way for some now.
Oh, you feel that?
Feel what?
The crash zone.
Crash what?
The crash zone. It builds suspense, uncovers evidence, foreshadows danger. You feel it now?
Oh yeah.
I guess I'll go and try and find a ladder.
The world needs moms. With a splash of golden terra oil, a mom can transform a frown into a smile. Change no thanks into yes please. Resolve family feuds without blowing a whistle. Providing tasty meals is all that matters. Where there are moms, there is love. Golden terra oil, pour pure love.
You make choices every day. Your essential routine shouldn't be one of them. Start with Nivea Men Deep Body Lotion with Max Tech, powered by Black Carbon, that gives you 48 hours moisture. Then, lock in that powerful dark wood scent with Nivea Men Deep Roll-On with Max Tech, that gives you 72 hours sweat and odor protection. Skin is for playing it smart. Nivea is for skin. Nivea Men, proud sponsors of Real Madrid.
No buy am. But why? No see say this big bull bag of rice no get the new big bull holographic seal. Not true.
Introducing the Big Bull Holographic Seal Tape, your favorite authentic Big Bull rice, 50 kg and 25 kg. Now with holographic seal tape. This is to ensure you get the premium product from Big Bull rice. Do not buy if the holographic seal tape is not on the bag or is broken. Big Bull rice. Tasty rice nourished you.
My baba, they always say, for market, every day gets your own wahala.
It's coming out.
Sometimes people go on scam you. But baba say, no be by gra. You must cool down, dey sharp. Because with OPay payment, your money go enter sharp, no story. But inside market, anything fit happen. One day, we no see phone again. My baba remember OPay USSD lock, dial *955*131#. Baba press am, lock account. From market woman to driver, from small boy to big man. Now OPay, they protect people like us. My baba fit sell, press phone, collect POS, and still they teach me price. And when they don't tire am, go just tap OPay night guard. We no fear for this our hustle life. Now OPay be the people payment shield. is ready.
Cook to impress.
Good, tasty food is worth living for. Worried about your oil? Every time you enjoy your favorite meal? Introducing Smart Balance. Smart Balance Rice Bran Oil is rich in Gamma Original. Golden Terra Smart Balance Oil reduces bad cholesterol.
Every game needs a leader. When it comes to casino, BetNiger has consistently delivered amazing gaming experiences to all Nigerians.
BetNiger has delivered innovative services, world-class gameplay, and unforgettable wins. Woo-hoo!
Spin big and win bigger the Niger way with BetNiger.
Once upon a time, there was a land plagued by blandness. Food had lost its flavor and there was nothing left to savor. Just then, the tastemaker arrives to restore taste to this land of blandness. All she did was sprinkle, stir, and serve. And from that day on, they knew one truth. All they need is sprinkle, stir, serve.
Tastemaker.
Welcome back to Newsline. Now, they say growing up is not easy, but in Magongo, it might just depend on how fast you can finish your plate. It is a test of strength, pride, and womanhood, where every bite carries tradition and every moment draws a crowd. Now, the Ekpase of Ofufunwa eating competition has once again taken place in Kogi State, blending spectacle with cultural significance as young girls undergo a symbolic rite of passage into womanhood. And Khadijat Abubakar says the eating competition only reflects strength, discipline, and cultural pride.
The Ekpase Fofua event begins with the gathering of young men and women at the village square. For the girls, participation is restricted to those who have attained the age of 18, marking their readiness for the transition into adulthood. The eating competition starts with contestants seated, each served a Ekpase Fofua meal. At a signal, they begin to eat while elders and community members watch closely. The focus is on speed, composure, and discipline.
1, 2, 3.
For the young girls, this stage is tied to their initiation. Their participation publicly confirms their new status as they are observed by family members and community leaders. Next is cooking segment. The maidens are required to prepare the Ekpase Ofufua dish, demonstrating knowledge of ingredients, method, and presentation skills expected of them as they take on adult roles.
The celebration is in those days before Christianity, and we see some people still practice it. In those days, it's just to say my daughter is of age to either get married or that can have a kind of interaction until that celebration is done.
I feel great and beautiful to represent my community.
Since the inception of the program in 2023, there's been a lot of unity and progress in the community, which has been initiated by my younger brother, Michael Balogun.
Before now, it was celebrated only in individual homes.
anyone whose daughter has been initiated into womanhood, they have the private celebrations. But in the last few years, it has now become a community activity.
At the end of the contest, winners are pronounced with cash rewards and trophies.
Really, I don't know. I don't see my face carrying the best. I feel happy that God can do it again.
Hey, I feel good and I'm very, very happy. But this is not my first time, Sha.
I noticed that the process is structured to combine competition with cultural responsibility, ensuring that young people understand and take part in traditions. For the Magongo people, the event remains a direct way of passing on values, using both the eating contest and initiation process to reinforce identity and continuity.
Splendid. All right, you're watching Newsline. Let's take a last set of commercial breaks and then we'll come back to end the program properly.
Cube, unwrap joy, unleash taste.
Imagine lovely meals you can cook with these ingredients. You spend heavily, but no guarantee of a tasty meal. Not making a right choice of seasoning cube can ruin your meal, money, and confidence. For a tasty meal, do not compromise. Choose Gold.
Use Terra Gold for the rich, consistent taste your loved ones crave for. Good for soups, stews, and jollof. Terra Gold. 1 cube, endless possibilities.
Now, when a life draws to a close, it often leaves behind not just memories, but a quiet reflection on the values it stood for. After a life well spent, family members and sympathizers gathered to pay last respects to Pa Bolaji Ezekiel Oyeikpo Fadolakpo, father of the Director General of the Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria, Olalekan Fadolakpo. The late patriarch was described as a man of integrity, humility, with strong family values. And Diana Jali's report is presented from our studios.
The funeral commenced with a Christian wake. The solemn gathering featured hymn renditions, prayers, scripture readings, while friends and close associates paid tribute to late Pa Bolaji Ezekiel Fadolakpo. The officiating minister urged mourners to live exemplary lives worthy of emulation. A Thanksgiving service was also held in his honor after his remains were interred in his hometown in Kwara State.
He was a man of prayer. He always fulfilled all his obligations.
Speakers described the deceased as a disciplined and compassionate man whose wisdom and guidance positively impacted many lives.
One other thing that we are going to meet, especially the grandchildren, whenever we come for Christmas, because we go to Grandpa's house first day of the year, when we are going home, Baba will give everybody money.
It's about 70 years ago, and since then we are still together.
He gives out sweets, biscuits, and all other goodies, and that is why we have Baba Lekon's goodies shop.
He's a strong pillar in the family, not to direct children only.
Guests were later hosted to a reception where they were entertained. Speaking during the ceremony, Olalekan Fadolakpo expressed appreciation to all those who stood by the family during the mourning period.
He's that type of person that believes you can be strict without being rude. Because of a short interval, we're going to miss that.
So everybody, children, grandchildren, wife, we miss them.
The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, represented, offered his condolences to the Director General of ARCON and his family.
And you can see from the mixture of the audience here, those who have come to honor him, he has left a legacy.
born to the royal family of late Esther Joseph Oyeyipo Fadolakpo in the Ekpetedo area of Lagos Island, the late Pa Abolaji Ezekiel Fadolakpo joined his father in his trading business, after which he went on to acquire formal training in business before establishing his own business, which he successfully managed. Pa Abolaji was a devoted Christian. He is survived by wife, children, and grandchildren.
All right, I may be the pilot of this airline, but somewhere behind the screen, one voice quietly makes the final decision. And right now, I can almost hear her voice in my ear saying, Claire, it's time to land this bird. And honestly, when Madame Producer speaks, it's like the control tower issuing the final landing clearance. So at this point, even pilots don't negotiate with landing procedures. So here's my two-copper piece for the week. The peacock doesn't just flaunt its feathers. It waits for timing and context. So yes, be like the peacock. Be brilliant, but also be strategic. Good night, everyone.
Some people say animals don't laugh, but perhaps we don't give them a reason to. Our unique species of gorilla are only found in a small forest between Nigeria and Cameroon. With only 300 left in the wild, we cannot afford to lose even one. Traps and snares used in catching bushmeat often kills or injures gorillas too, driving them to extinction. And that, you agree, is no laughing matter. So say no to illegal bushmeat from endangered animals. Keep them wild and keep us safe.
This is the network service of the NTA.
The confidence is there. Hope is back for Nigeria.
Solution in sight to decades of conflicts on the plateau. President orders new committee to search for peace. And another step towards fixing power sector as President Tinubu chairs Task Force Committee on Reforms. Hello and welcome to Executive Recap on the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA. I am Musbadan Wahab. Thanks a lot for joining us on the show. The Federal Executive Council took another step towards fixing the power sector as it approved the immediate constitution of a task force committee on power sector reform to accelerate total overhaul of the sector. This is one of the major outcomes of the Council's meeting in the week. Members arrived for the 5th meeting of the Council in the year, and of a minor rejig since the last one. Taiwo Oyedele as Minister of Finance and Mutoka Dharma for Housing and Urban Development are the new arrivals in the Cabinet. Memos have equally accumulated for members' consideration and decisions. And out of the 32-point agenda, power sector reform received a major attention. The slow pace of development in the sector towards a stable and reliable power supply apparently bothers the presidents just like other Nigerians. Hence, the constitution of a 10-man task force committee on power sector reform to be chaired by the president himself.
The goal here is to ensure that there's a total overhaul of the power sector, without which real progress cannot be made in terms of industrialization, which will ultimately lead to economic prosperity of Nigeria.
The Committee on the proposed Grid Asset Management Company Limited, GAMCO, set up about 2 months ago under the chairmanship of the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, submitted its report to the Council. On infrastructure development, the Council approved award of contracts for 3 rail projects: Kano State City Metro Rail, Kaduna State Light Rail, and Green Line Rail, Phase 1A in Lagos.
We would agree that these 3 cities are very important and critical. All cities are important, but this is where you have, your 10% effort yielding 90% results.
The $2.99 billion project had to be funded by the Ministry of Finance Incorporated, MOFI, and other counterpart funding. Ministry of Works got approvals for 10 new projects across the geopolitical zones. These include sections of the Sokoto-Badagry Highway, Lagos-Calabar Highway, Suleja-Mina Road, construction of Mango-Brainy-Gwari Road in Kaduna, reconstruction of Kata Bridge in Lagos, Bodo-Boni Extension, among others.
In Northwest again, InfoWest, 252 billion, about 81 kilometer, of reinforced concrete pavements. And it's fully completed as of today. We are putting solar light. That's the famous Lot 1 of Abuja, Kaduna, superhighway. We are very proud of what the president has achieved. Reinforced concrete, I want you to go that night. The quality of Lagos, Calabar, quality of Sokoto, Badagry. We are very proud. We gave 14 months, we beat it 30 months. So we're happy this happened, and we thank the president very, very highly, because he made it #1 priority project, even over and above all the legacy projects.
This government has been doing everything possible to ensure that our roads are made more travel, not only for safer travels, but in fact for investments and, of course, economic growth and prosperity. So we must commend our dear President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for his bold initiatives on improving on our roads infrastructure particularly, and of course by extension all our infrastructure, not only road, rails and other services. And of course we must also commend the Minister of Works, Engineer Debu Mahi, for his bringing a lot of experience, innovation and technical expertise to bear in the discharge of his duties. Reinforced concrete, rigid pavement. A lot of people have been talking about delay in the execution of our ongoing project. But let me say it clearly. Anybody who has the opportunity of witnessing what is happening on our roads, particularly on Abuja-Kaduna road, will know that it will take a little time, because it's not something that you just lay asphalt and move on. You look at how these iron rods are being, put on that road, the cement, concrete, and then you allow it to stabilize, and then of course to move on to another stage.
In the aviation sector, the Council approved the establishment of a Nigeria aircraft leasing company to support and strengthen private investors in the sector.
Now, this will be an SPV that will be wholly run by the private sector, that the private sector will invest in. In fact, we have ready investors already. They're just been waiting for this FEC approval. And of course, backed by government, by which we can get aircraft into the country under one SPV, instead of all the local airlines going all over the world looking for aircraft. And it's tough for them because they are private, companies that don't have sovereign backing, and so it's tough for them. It's always tough for them. I'm sure you see old aircrafts across the country sometimes, and delay cancellations and all that. The attitude of this government has been, instead of condemning them and running them down because of these delays and cancellation, while we're trying to hold them to the highest standard, we have a duty as government to also support their businesses with policies. Now, what are we going to do? Now, this SPV, we have, let me not even mention the names here, you're going to hear the names in the next few weeks. Some of the biggest bodies in Africa, financial bodies, who are ready to invest in it, because we have the market, we have the traffic, we have the population, we have the roots. So this is the franchise we are selling to the world. This is the franchise Nigeria has that we're selling to the world. If we don't have money, we have the franchise. And we have the geographical location. So these investors, they know that the aircrafts will boost the markets. Most especially where you see that 95% of our traffic in Nigeria, they are being, ferried by foreign airlines. That market is a Nigerian market, but fed upon by foreign airlines. We want to tap into that market. The Nigerian airlines, we have to tap into that market and claw some back.
The council also approved the terms of settlement to resolve a 20-year-old dispute with Bicotnin, a private company, over the development, management and operation of Murtala Mohammed Airport Terminal 2 in Lagos.
Some of these agreements were signed, some outrageous agreements. When I came and I saw them, I wondered how certain persons in government sat down and signed these agreements. But of course, government is a continuum. We were stuck with these agreements and we had to find a way out of it. There was also an agreement where they said that he had exclusive rights to run a private airport around Lagos. So no other person could build a private airport around, some radius around Lagos. And so that also puts the Lekki airport in danger. In fact, one of the issues that stalled the Lekki airport to be built by the Lagos state government over the years, because Bicotnin claimed that it was a breach of his own agreement that no other person should run a private airport around them. So we sat down to discuss, and frankly, and first, I told him, write off the 132 billion plus interest. Nobody's going to pay you that. He wrote it off. So Babalaki wrote off the 132 billion outright. The local airports, that is the MM1, I told him, hand it back to the federal government. We cannot leave the entire operations of aviation, local operations in Lagos, which is our heartbeat, to a private individual. Government has to have some kind of control. He agreed with us, and he handed over that local airport back to the federal government. The issue of exclusivity, we also told him that, look, it is not right, even for security reasons, for you to have complete control over the domestic, market in Lagos. He agreed. So that exclusivity clause, we removed it. So these were the concessions made by Bicotnin, headed by Babalaki. So we thank him for his patriotism, because we actually made him to make all of those concessions. And we sat down in the spirit of brotherhood, because like I said, we are both members of the INABA, and we understood some of these judgments and how they can play out, and the effect of these judgments. So it was important that we both spoke on this. On the other hand, what did we give to him? The Hotel and Conference Center, you can see the carcass there that has been there for many years. I think it was revoked by Jonathan's government, also I can't remember Yar'Adua's government. We gave it back to him. It's okay. Complete and run it on a shared basis with the federal. So it's not even exclusive. We are still going to benefit from that, the federal government. So he has 24 months under the new agreement to complete that conference center and hotel, the 5-star hotel, opposite, I'm sure you all know it, opposite the MM2. Complete it and run it within 24 months. And we told him we will not tolerate any delay again. So that place, the whole eyesore there, the uncompleted building will be gone. Let us have a proper hotel, which will also benefit the entire Erythropolis around there.
The council also inaugurated a new national commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, and 4 new permanent secretaries into the Federal Civil Service. In politics, President Bola Tinubu officially endorsed the candidacy of Deputy Governor Obafemi Hamzat as recommended by the Lagos State Governors Advisory Council (GAC) for the 2027 governorship election. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and Chairman of the GSA Tajuddin Olusi led the council members to the State House on Wednesday to meet with President Bola Tinubu. After the meeting behind closed doors, Governor Sanwo-Olu announced that the president has given his blessing on the decision of the council.
Mr. Deputy Governor 8 years ago could also have been the governor of the state. He has the credentials, he has the charisma, he has what it takes. But guess what? He's been a loyal, dedicated, committed deputy governor for the past 7 years. And the minimum that we can do is for him, to aspire to it. He's the one that knows the room, that knows the design of the house, that has worked, that has been, and we've been on this journey for over 20 years together in one form or the other.
Having served as the deputy governor of Lagos under Governor Sanwo-Olu, I've learned a lot. I have a lot of experience. Like he said, I know the room. So with God's blessings and the support of all my fathers here, I really don't have any fear.
The GSA members explained that the existing political structure in Lagos State made the decision easy to arrive at the choice.
It is part of the system that we should come together, put our heads together and take a course of action.
President Bola Tinubu also met with Governor Babagana Umara Zulum of Borno State behind closed doors. Details of their meeting were not made public. During the week, a new hope emerged towards finding the much-desired peace on the plateau. President Bola Tinubu directed the constitution of a new committee with the responsibility to recommend a lasting solution to the years of recurring conflict in Plateau State. It was the high point of resolutions when the president met with stakeholders from the state in Abuja. The meeting is the longest President Tinubu has ever had with stakeholders from any state, with about 4 hours spent in sessions. Governor Caleb Mutfwang led the set of stakeholders from the state. Former governors, serving and past members of the National Assembly, traditional, religious and group leaders were in the team. It was in search of a elusive permanent solution to decades of perennial crisis on the plateau, on the invitation of President Bola Tinubu. The March 29 gunmen attack on Angwan Rukuba and the following condolence visit by the President to Jos necessitated this further truce talk, with the assurance of a level playing field by the arbitrator-in-chief. Everyone here wanted to vent perspectives to the possible causes of a crisis. A moment of frank talk. The popular suggested causes have been religious and ethnic rivalries. Some of the speakers here agreed. Others begged to differ.
I don't agree that some of the things that happen have something to do with religion. My community, I'm almost 100% Islamic in terms of religion. But bandits are refused us peaceful living.
The people that are causing the problem are the leaders. Yes. It is high. You will take a decision today and go and say we have resolved. When it comes to politics, your leaders will say no, don't resolve. This election we are conducting is tribal. This election we are conducting is interdenominational. This election we are conducting is religious.
But then, regardless of the differences in courses, the stakeholders say they are ready to resolve.
The situation is really overwhelming. At a time when we thought we would have overcome our challenges over the years, but these renewed attacks have alerted us to the fact that we have a lot to do.
But we have agreed that we are going around all the communities, beginning from the center in Jos, and we will extend to the entire state to pass across the message of unity, peace, and oneness.
All we need is the support of the leaders
to work together and change the narratives of hatred, the narrative of weaponization of religion, the narrative of division.
We've started a journey. The coming together of the former governors has never happened before. This is the first time it is happening. And I believe that that is a step that we can build upon. And God willing, since we've closed the political space, I'm sure some of the issues that have been politicized have been narrowed out, and we will be able to move together as brothers and ensure that we achieve a common goal.
The ultimate goals are peace and harmonious coexistence, and the President promises more support towards achieving the desired results and ensure development.
And I believe once we have a state police, enforcement of laws and others, will take care of some of these problems. For us to stop creating widowers, orphans, it is very tough to develop if you don't have a peace.
He directed another critical step in this direction.
And we, as the president, order you to go back. You have been appointed as the committee for peace. Go and search for it, look for it, resolve any additional steps that you want the government to take. And if you identify and you know the name of troublemakers, agent provocateurs, who want to continue killing or instigate killing, let us know. We use the instrument of office to deal with them.
New direction and new momentum. There is a renewed hope for a lasting solution after a similar move years back under the administration of former President Olusegun Obasanjo. President Bola Tinubu says his administration's investment in gas development has achieved a major milestone in implementation. The president reviewed the progress when he received a delegation of a civil society organization on community advancement and humanitarian empowerment initiative in the State House. Members of the Civil Society Organization on Community Advancement and Humanitarian Empowerment Initiative have apparently been monitoring the current administration's policies and programs. Here was an opportunity to pass their reports on observations, suggestions, and perhaps requests to the President. They commended various renewed hope initiatives, including the Student Loan Scheme, CNG, local government autonomy, climate action financing, among others.
We've seen the policy of government in cushion effect for the farmers, and we've seen the policy of the government in importation of the food, and this has been what has been given Nigerians hope in terms of the cushion that has caused by the food scarcity. On the climate change, before now Nigeria is not on global radar, but now Nigeria is number 4 in Africa.
But then, they expect improvement on efforts towards reducing high cost of living, security, and humanitarian services, among others. President Tinubu also reported on the progress of his reforms, saying that Nigeria has moved on from crawling economy to surviving, with evidence of improvement in foreign direct investments and infrastructural development.
Nigeria is now a high destination for investments. Absolutely. I have not seen the history of this nation in the last 10 years attracting up to 10 billion or 2 billion in hydrocarbon investment opportunity. It is happening now as I'm talking. I've just received good news that our gas investment has crossed the most difficult river, across the Niger. And we are moving very well and effectively on that.
Just as he commended the organization for their level of inquisitiveness to governance, he suggests their searchlight be extended on governments across levels.
Take effort to the subnationals, and so that they can do more for our people. There's no time in the history of this country in the last 10 political years where the state are as buoyant as I am driving them today.
Once again, President Tinubu assures that his administration would deliver a country to be proud of. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu is now in France, his first stop in the three-country trip. The president who departed Abuja will also proceed to Kenya and then Rwanda. His scheduled visit to Nairobi, Kenya is to attend the Africa-France Summit, scheduled to begin next week. Co-chaired by President Emmanuel Macron and President William Ruto, the summit focuses on energy transition, green industrialization, digital transformation, restoring of global financing architecture, and climate action. President Tinubu's participation of the summit from May 11th to May 12th will underscore Nigeria's unwavering commitment to strengthening strategic partnerships with African nations and the French Republic. The summit, with the theme Africa Forward, Africa-France Partnerships for Innovation and Growth, will provide a high-level platform for African leaders and their French counterparts to deliberate on critical issues affecting the continent, including economic transformation, climate resilience, infrastructure developments, youth empowerment, technological advancements, and peace-building initiatives. At the end of the Kenya summit, the president will depart for Kigali, Rwanda, to attend the annual Africa CEO Forum taking place between May 14th and 15th. With the theme Scale or Fail, this year's Africa CEO Forum will be the largest gathering of African private sector leaders, investors and policymakers focusing on accelerating economic transformation through shared scale, regional integration and increased cross-border investments. At the two summits, President Bola Tinubu will deliver statements highlighting his administration's ongoing reforms to reposition the nation as a prime destination for investments and growth. He is also scheduled to hold high-level meetings with top-tier global and African business leaders. And that has been it on Executive Recap for this week on the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA. Thanks a lot for being part of it. Join us again next week for another edition of the program. I'm Musbat and Wahab. God bless you and yours. God bless Nigeria.
Confidence is there. Hope is back for Nigeria.
Cholera is a serious bacterial infection. People become sick when they eat food or drink water contaminated by the bacteria Vibrio cholerae. The symptoms are severe diarrhea, dehydration, and even death if it is not properly treated. Here is how you can keep yourself and your family safe from cholera. Drink only clean, safe water at all times. Maintain excellent hand hygiene by using water and soap to wash your hands at all times, especially before you eat or after you go to the toilet. And if you don't have access to clean water when you need it, you can use alcohol-based sanitizers. Avoid eating from unhygienic food vendors. Cook your food thoroughly, and of course, wash your fruits and vegetables thoroughly before you eat them. If you or anyone you know becomes sick with diarrhea or vomiting, seek medical help immediately by going to the nearest health facility, because prompt treatment saves lives. Stay informed, stay safe, and protect our communities from cholera.
This message is brought to you by the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA.
This is the network service of the NTA.
Hello and welcome to The Edge, the show where vision meets execution and ideas are turned into sustainable enterprises. Today, we're stepping into an industry where many people admire from the outside, but few truly understand from the inside, the business of events. Beyond the glamour, the lights and the applause lies strategy, precision, and serious entrepreneurship. My guest today is a woman who has mastered the balance. Jennifer Akile, founder and CEO of Real Q Events. She has built a brand trusted to deliver experiences that don't just look good, but work flawlessly. From intimate gatherings to large-scale productions, she has turned moments into memories and memories into a thriving business. Welcome to The Edge.
Hello, my name is Jennifer Akile. I'm the creative director of Real Q Events. I started Real Q Events, I believe, 6-7 years ago. I used to work in an office and I started having my kids and I lacked a bit of flexibility. I have a first degree in biomedical engineering. I have 3 masters. I have one in public health, in law, and one in health assessment. And then I have a PhD in public health. So this is not my field, naturally, but I used to like to have parties for my kids and people would do the decoration. I always had something to complain about. And I also found that I wasn't as fulfilled as, I didn't feel completely happy with what I was doing. So one of my son's birthdays, I decided to try my hand at it instead of complaining all the time. And it went really well, and my friends were like, oh, they will be willing to pay me for this. And that was literally the start of Real Q. So I don't actually have any formal training. It's more of a passion, which became my daily source of income, as opposed to something I trained for or something I went to school for. This is totally not my field. But I'm still a consultant in public health, but I have a serious love and a lot of affection for event decoration, planning, and styling. I believe because of my exposure to different environments and different spaces, different countries, it has made Real Q easier for me because event planning is a business where you have to be able to sell yourself to the client. Since I have that exposure, I'm able to polish myself probably faster, because as well, public health is a research-based environment. You are researching health. So it's made me able to polish myself to learn all the facets, because a lot of stuff I do, I have to research it myself. I've learned how to do flowers, balloons, how to talk to clients, how to create my own contracts. This is because I already had a strong research-based background. And then it also makes me very paranoid. So in our society, I'm very particular about my artisans. There are a lot of things I don't agree to because I have a safety background. So you would find that maybe something which could be done in an easier and simpler way, I want the safest way possible. So it affects me. And I also speak to my fellow colleagues. My colleagues, I speak to them about health, because this business is, I think, if you look at the most stressful jobs in the world, this business is always top 3 every year. So it means I get to speak to my colleagues, tell them on how to reduce their stress, how to make sure this is what they should do, these are their health stressors, these are it's the econometrics. There's so much involved in decoration business. So you have to be able to also put your health first. So that part of my life helps me speak to them and change their perspectives. When I came into the industry, there were a lot of, and there are still a lot of people who come in day to day. I just knew that, first of all, as a woman and as a married woman, I need to be happy with myself. If I'm not happy with myself, if I'm not happy in my daily life, sometimes as you go through life, you find that maybe you're missing something. You just don't feel whole immediately. So I feel like when I gained this as an extra ability, it made me feel better. It also made me feel more whole. And in that way, I'm happier at home. I'm happier in my event decoration. And then I'm now feeling a gap, because at least if you speak to people, a lot of my clients will tell me, oh, you're doing what I've always wanted. This was missing. This was your attention to detail. Your work is different. I get those sorts of comments. So I must be feeling a gap, even if I don't know it. The biggest thing I had to learn, and it was an issue personally for me. Why I say that is because when managing clients, I wasn't in a field that required me meeting people one-on-one. I was more research-based. But now I had to manage people and manage their expectations, manage their hopes and aspirations. Because when people have events, they have so many plans. You have to manage their budget. So you have to keep everything in line so that there's no disappointment. So I had to learn. I had to learn how to manage my clients efficiently without causing more stress to them, and also not making promises that I couldn't live up to. So that was a very serious learning curve for me.
Here on The Edge, we don't just talk passion, we talk profit, structure, and sustainability. The events industry is one where money can move fast, but also disappear quickly if systems are weak. It's time for Money Minute, where we break down one smart financial insight every entrepreneur should know. Money Minute is up next. Ideas are exciting, but the grind is where businesses are truly built. The events industry is demanding long hours, unpredictable logistics, high client expectations, and zero room for error. In this segment, we lean into the real work, the late night shifts, the staffing challenges, vendors management, client pressure, and the discipline required to deliver consistently.
The real grind is when you get to your venue and you have to set up. Bear in mind that as much as you are an event planner, even if your event is 3 weeks from now, you start working on it. The real grind is calling all the hands you need to put every stuff in place, making sure they are on time, making sure you're meeting your clients' expectations. At the same time, you would have normal environmental changes. Something as simple as weather can make your plan go from 100 to 0. It can mean you have to start again. It's not as beautiful and luxurious as people say the beautiful work. I have a lot of people who come to train and they are like, oh my God, I didn't know it was this bad, and they pull out. There's a lot that goes on, and you also have to manage your staff because they are your backbone. Even if you want to turn your head, like they say, and your neck refuses to move, you can't do everything by yourself. So you need to find a way to keep your staff happy, properly paid, physically and emotionally present with you, because some of them can be there and they are not there. So it's a whole process, and it's a lot. It's a lot. It takes the blessings. I say God plays a very big role. Because after every event, when we sit down, we just say, oh my God, thank you, that went well. The pressure is next to nothing. When I start with managing clients, I have my policy. Before we take your job, we give you the company policy, what is accepted, timelines that we need to meet, and the client also has to meet, and working hours. Because you could have, if you don't have all of those down, you can have clients calling you by 12 in the night telling you they've changed the colors of their event. So we give them all of that, and this is how we work. I'm very particular about that because I believe we must not do every job. So I'm quite strict on that because my mental health is very important to me. If I'm so stressed and I can't function, then I can't also deliver anything to you. So it's very important for me to state my policy at the beginning before you even make a deposit or anything. And once I've done that and we're on the same page, then we can go ahead. Definitely, there could be hiccups as we go through, but I always bring out the policy if there's need for that. But if it's a little, like something I can handle, then I just take it as a little bump on the way and we manage it as we go. It's not always straightforward, but I believe I'm yet to, immediately I had my policies in, it cut off a lot of garbage that you would get on the way. With staffing, my staff, they have their contracts, they also have an HMO, and then we get contract staff once in a while. Those staffs, they come in and they go, so there's only so much you can do. But I try not to completely build my world around my staff because it's an open world, it's a free world. People are allowed to, labor is mobile. So you have to make sure that you also, even if you're a decorator, you know your work, so that if someone steps out, you are able to continue. I believe a lot of people who have issues, sometimes they don't actually know the ins and outs of their own business, so it makes it difficult. And then there's always a backup. Nobody is indispensable. So if you are over my carpenter, there's a second carpenter. If you are my florist, I have 2 more. So there's always someone to step in, just so we can deliver what we have promised. I've had a case where a client changed the venue completely, and they moved from a venue that was for 300 guests to 1,000 guests. And it was told to us on Wednesday for an event on Saturday. We took it, but it was very stressful. Even the client was stressed because the decoration you have to put in a hall, which is 300 guests, it's not going to be the same decor you're going to put. So you're doing so much. And keep in mind, sometimes you don't have all the items. You have to rent it. And the rental companies are not keeping these items waiting for you. They have other jobs as well. So sometimes it's easier said than done. So we don't promise anything till we're quite certain we can achieve it. I had an event where I did the decor and we did everything and we set up. And then the client said she didn't like it and it was the worst decor she had ever seen. It was so dramatic that she was screaming at the event and we were not even there. I only heard about it after the event. But I was just like, I can't believe this happened. But I wouldn't say it just made me cross my T's and dot my I's better and be very clear in my communication with every client. If I see a problem during viewing, I bring it to your notice immediately. I don't assume you can see the problem. If there are any issues with the space that I can't change, I make it known to my clients.
At this point in the conversation, it's time for our Edge Quote, a thought that captures the spirit of this journey. Now, this is where we separate operators from leaders. In an industry crowded with planners, decorators, and coordinators, what truly makes one brand stand out? This is the edge factor, the system's mindset, standards, and non-negotiables that has helped Real Q events build trust, consistency, and repeat business. Because in this business, reputation is currency, and one bad delivery can undo years of work. The Edge Factor is up next.
Most of our clients, we make them so happy that we just did a 10th birthday for a child we met when he was 4. We've done every celebration for the family. Most of our clients are happy with our services. So when I always say with my job, I depend on my clients for referrals. It's a big part of my business. So if I do a job for you and I don't get another job for you, I consider it a failure. I need to do my job so well that you are so happy that when you're at a table and you hear someone say, I have this event, you're like, you must use Real Q. That is the goal of Real Q. You should be so happy with my service that you are telling your friends and family. That is what I want. So we treat our clients with respect and we listen. If your child is doing a party and is 10-year-old, it's the 10-year-old I'm talking to. Mommy and daddy are just giving me money. My party is about my celebrant. It's not about you. It's about I want my celebrant happy. If a lady is turning 40 or whatever, I want to know everything she wants. I want to hear everything. I discuss with them. We go to lunch, we discuss, and I get to know my clients so that when I'm putting all the details in the space, it is personalized and they feel very happy with the outcome. So that is Real Q. My signature is my communication and my need to please my clients. I need to please them. My staff, I will stress them out just to please my client. I need my clients to be happy because if someone has given you their time, their hard-earned money, the least you can do is make sure you live up to their expectations. Vendor relationship is very important to me. I try my best to keep all my vendors happy, and you have to create such a structure that they trust you, that if you ask for A, they are sending it to you without any doubt that they will have any delay in their payments or that you might not pay. I have very strong relationship with my rental companies, with my food, to make sure that you keep them happy. I don't dilly-dally with their payments, and I make sure that I look out for them when I'm dealing with my clients. As much as you look out for your clients, you have to look out for the vendors. Everything, the relationship has to be fair. So you make sure they don't overcharge your clients, but you also make sure that your client doesn't cut out their profits. So it has to be it's a symbiotic relationship. I don't make promises I can't keep. You don't take people's hopes and expectations high. And so what I do is I discuss with them in clear terms, and I say, this is what you can get this for this budget. It will be beautiful at its own, for this amount, it won't be this. Everybody, like I say, all fingers are not equal, but doesn't mean any finger is ugly. You must not have the biggest or the greatest event for your event to be beautiful. There are smaller events which are nice and wonderful. You must not have the greatest. That's what I believe, and that's how I communicate it to my clients. I don't make any promises that ruining their wedding and not giving them what they expected. Never look down on any of your clients. No matter how difficult they might sound, give them a chance and tone down on your own personal experiences. Because sometimes when you're talking to people, you let your personal experience color what you are hearing.
This is still The Edge. We will still get back to our conversation with Jennifer, but let's bring you one Edge tip for today. Practical wisdom for entrepreneurs watching who are building service-based businesses. Is evolving, clients are more informed, budgets are tighter, expectations are higher. So what does the future look like? In this Future Forward segment, we talk about growth, scaling beyond the hustle, building teams, embracing structure, and positioning an event brand for longevity in a fast-changing market. Because sustainability is the real win. Jennifer speaks to us about the future.
I would like to have not just bigger events. I would like to be able to have students that I would like to train people to go into the event industry that have their own successful businesses, that can fend for their own families from their business because of that training that I've been able to give them. I have one student so far, and she started her business, and she's doing pretty well. In fact, I'm so proud of her. So I would like to have more people that I have trained and people that have staff that have gone through my business who feel that they've been able to have their own. How do we say it? It's like the thing Igbo people do, where they train people through them, the boys. I don't know what they call it, but I would like to have that. I feel there's a different level of fulfillment you get from knowing that you're able to help somebody who is able to help other people. I always say that I would like to be known for being different but now I need to embody that word different. So different in, I had integrity. Difference in the fact that I gave what was promised, difference in that I made sure that my clients were happy, and that if you see my job, you would immediately know this is real Q's work. That is the legacy I would like to have, because I would like to create such a signature. That is the sort of legacy I want to have. And you would know that it's clean, it is properly thought about, and it was done with a lot of passion and love and care. That is what I would like my legacy. When you want to do something, you just have to go into it and try your best. At least you know you tried. So I would tell young people, look for someone around you who is into events, planning or decorating, styling. Go and work under them. See the day-to-day hustle. See if it's what you want. Not everything that glitters is gold. Don't just look at the beautiful outlook. Event planning, you do the decoration for 2-3 days. The event maybe starts by 1 o'clock. By 8 o'clock, you're tearing down everything you've put into it. Take classes there are so many decorators with so many classes. Find your niche. I picked my niche. I like themed events, and I stick with themed events. I like children's events because you have to think. A children event, you have to think a lot. You need to study the character. I enjoy doing that. So I think everyone can find their niche. The sky is big enough for us to even have 1 million more decorators.
On The Edge, we look forward to hearing from you through your comments. Here is how to send us your messages and share your opinions with us. Vision to execution, from pressure to performance. Today's conversation reminds us that some businesses are built quietly, but they run deeply. Jennifer Akile's journey shows us that success isn't about spectacle. It's about structure, discipline, and the courage to deliver when it matters the most. We've come to the end of today's edition, but until we bring you another bold story next week, stay bold, stay inspired, stay on the edge. My name is Sochi Puta. See you next time. Bye for now.
The federal government of Nigeria warns vandals of national assets, electricity transmission towers, cables and other facilities to desist from this act of sabotage. Vandalism is a serious crime punishable under the law. Vandalizing electrical equipment will affect millions of Nigerians, including your loved ones. Remember that national assets belong to all of us, hence the need to protect them. Report all cases of suspicious movement around electrical facilities to security agencies. When you see something, say something. This message is from the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation in collaboration with the National Counter-Terrorism Center, NCTC, Office of the National Security Advisor.
Amongst the Yakor-speaking people of Cross River State are the Ugep people. It is believed that they occupy the largest village in West Africa. Originally known as Umo Otutu, the name Ugep came during its early contact with Western civilization around the 16th and early 19th century. Ugep people generally speak the Loke language, common amongst all the central parts of present-day Cross River State. The history of their settlement at their present location, like most communities in Africa, had followed series of migration, especially from southwestern Cameroon in the late 15th century. This movement was greatly influenced by the prevailing transatlantic slave trade which dominated the period.
The Ugep kingdom is quite